sure that you are always aware and purposefully living your life.
Yeah.
So every day,
live your own life.
You don't. If you're going to work the whole week and you reach the end of the week and someone asks you why did you go to work, you should have a really good answer for that besides, oh, it was just going to work. You know, you should always be, I guess, living with purpose, but always aware of why you're doing what you're doing.
Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Lavish Journey Podcast. It's your host, King Lavish, down here in Lavish Studios, Cleveland, Ohio. And today I have two special guests here today. I got my boy Amir over here. And I got Jonathan D. Stewart. Oh, he came in professional, y'all.
How's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
Awesome. My name is John, by the way. What's your name?
Amir.
Pleasure to meet you, Amir.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. That's really amazing. You just came in perfect timing, like right on time.
I know. That's how we do it.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do. You guys can continue if you like. I just got to grab my notes out and everything.
Alrighty. So pretty much these two guys right here are, you know, they're honestly role models, man. They do a lot of things in life. They enjoy life. They travel. They, you know, in school. They doing everything. So I'm just pretty much let them explain to y'all what they do from their perspective. So you go ahead first, bro.
Oh yeah, so as was said, my name is Amir Idris. I was born and raised right here in Cleveland, in South Euclid more specifically, and I went to South Euclid schools all the way up until high school, which is when I decided to go to boarding school in Connecticut on a scholarship because it's expensive up there, and very blessed, you know, through the Better Chance program. Shout out to A Better Chance. And then afterwards, I was able to get accepted into Columbia University, which is where I am currently, and I'm going to go into my sophomore year after this summer. So definitely a lot of travel, even just besides those two places. So I'm a very travel-minded person, definitely. Yeah.
Cool, man. Cool.
It's very awesome, man.
Yeah. How's Columbia, bro?
Yeah. I mean, Columbia is crazy. Being in New York City, like a college, and not even like outside the city, like it's literally right below Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
You always have something going on, and you can never, like, it's good, but it's like you can never like escape really like all the stuff that's going on in the world. So like, you know, when protests are happening, like you're right there. When there's like a major event or like presidents in town, you're right there, and stuff's always going on campus and off campus. So it's really good. Like it makes sure that you're involved all the time in what's going on in the world. And also just it's a school that has so many resources for you, and that's like the main thing. That's one of the main reasons why I wanted to go there, is because there's so many opportunities. Like I went in wanting to be neuroscience because they have this whole neuroscience branch that they just finished. But I decided that, you know, I want to go more into AI and data science. And at the same time, they just had the new data science institute that's maybe like 4 or 5 years old. They brought in a new head from Microsoft, she's going to change up and, you know, bring all these new programs for undergrads and grad students. So there's just so many things going on, like no matter what you want to do, and that's the coolest part about it, really.
Exactly. So what's your major exactly?
So right now it's data science.
Data science,
which is really just a combined major between computer science and statistics.
Okay.
And a lot of people going into it right now for AI, like all the stuff you see about self-driving cars and like Google Assistant, how it can like call people for you, make conversations, all that.
Really?
Yeah, no, they just came out with a new. It's called Google. What's it called? Not Nexus, not Google Nexus, but it's some new name where Google Assistant will now be able to make complete phone calls for you. Like they called a salon live during a conference and made an appointment at the salon, and then the Google Assistant was like, "Hi, how are you doing? I'd like to make an appointment for my client." And so and so.
Whoa, that's insane.
Yeah, and then
wild,
even there was something went wrong where the person was like, "Oh, we don't do that type of appointment this day," and Google Assistant was like, okay. And that's the craziest part. Like the Google Assistant itself knew to say like and like they made those pauses deliberately, simply because, you know, it uses these machine learning algorithms that learn some real speech. And, you know, none of the people, it called a restaurant a salon, and I think it did 2 restaurants, and none of the people knew that it was a robot.
Wow, technology
that's insane.
Whoa.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's where data science is. That's why I was like, man, that's crazy. That's
You're in
so
the right
cool.
spot there, man.
Yeah, there's so many jobs popping up right now.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be cool. I mean, it's a little scary because it's also taking people's jobs away, which we need to, moving forward as a country, we need to figure out how to solve that because self-driving cars are already here.
That's true.
Yeah, like did y'all hear about like Uber? They already have self-driving Ubers in Philly.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that, bro.
That's
And,
crazy, bro.
What was it? Tesla definitely. I think Mercedes. Like they already have the newest models have self-driving on the highway.
How does that work exactly?
Yeah.
So it's like a whole combination of things, but basically you just have a bunch of sensors on the car, like cameras, infrared sensors, all that, spinning around and sensing what's around the car. And then you have the cars just drive around for millions of miles. And when you collect all that data, the machine learning program can figure out the ways in which to best reach towards its goal. It's very abstract, and that's sort of part of the difficulty of it. But you have to make sure that its goal is to make sure you don't crash and get to where you need to go. And you test the different algorithms that will best help you do that. And basically, it's like a survival of the fittest, but in terms of math. And the best algorithm wins out, and then you do that millions and millions of times. You know, with a computer that no one knows how it works, but somehow it can drive you, from here to Toledo, without you touching the wheel.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, and that's here. That's not like 5 years out. Like that's here right
They
now.
do that right now.
Right now,
Today.
yeah. If you the newest Tesla, like it'll do on the highway. You can let go of the wheel. And I remember like there's this tech review on YouTube. He had his parents in the car. They didn't know about it. He just let go of the wheel and turned around. And they're like, "What are you doing?" They freaked his parents out because like he has the self-driving. Like you can look away. You can be on your phone. You can be reading a book.
What?
Yeah.
So technology taking over. Yeah, that's what's
Autopilot.
Yep, exactly. Autopilot for your car. And it's crazy how hard it is, obviously, because you have different types of terrain, different types of routes. If there's a detour, you can't just do GPS because there'll be detours, there'll be cars that'll swerve in front of you, and all that stuff. So far, like the rate of accidents has been 10,000 times less than people. So already it's safer than people, like much safer. They've had like a couple accidents out of millions of miles. So
wow, technology is really taking over.
Taking over big time. What type of malfunctions do you experience when you're in like the self? Like you said, it was like only a few accidents, but what happened exactly? On this?
So there was one major story that scared a couple people. It was a Tesla, and the thing was the Tesla model in that story, it was like driver assistant. So I think it was more like cruise control, but you're still supposed to be like on the wheel. And I think the dude, he sort of ignored that, and so he turned around and wasn't paying attention, and the autopilot sort of swerved him off the road. And unfortunately, I think he passed away. But so that was a difficult. So that was one, and I think they had a couple other like minor accidents, like it'll like hit something. But again, that's over millions of miles. Like like tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of Americans die every year car accidents.
Right.
If you had all self-driving cars right now, that number immediately dropped in the hundreds. So it's scary just because people, it's scary to not have control of your own car, but just objectively, like it's safer in every way right now, and it's only gonna get safer too. So
Okay.
So yeah, that's why I tell. I mean, yeah, get a self-driving car. It's an investment.
How expensive would something like that to be?
Well, right now, what is it? Tesla Model S is probably going to be range of like 80 to 100,000. If you want, which isn't bad in terms of like, and yeah, if you think about what it can do, and Tesla's really trying to bring down the cost. Like they had the newer one, Model 3. I think that's more like 50,000, and they're gonna bring self-driving to that because all you need to do is push out a software update. It has all the hardware for self-driving, so you can have a self-driving car for $50,000.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, exactly.
So those are out now. You said like today.
So the Model 3's out. I think self-driving hasn't been put on it yet, but it's capable. It's sort of crazy. You have a car where like you have to update it like your phone. Like you'll download an update and then you have self-driving.
Software update.
Yeah, it has like a tablet in the middle instead of your dashboard. So like it'll basically look like that tablet, and you have your your speedometer. You'll have your RPM, all that stuff on.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it is crazy. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do it because I just like driving.
Yeah.
But definitely like if you commute every day and like you're in traffic. Especially like a lot of cars have inch up self-driving. Like if you're stuck in traffic, the car will inch up for you. That's definitely good. Like nobody wants to just like sit in traffic every day.
Of course.
So
wow.
How does like a car like this handle like detours and like accidents and like hazards in the road? Like say like you see
Yeah.
a tire, you know, like on the front.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see
Yeah.
like mess up. Like how does it
Does it
handle
swerve
that?
it?
Is it like
So-
the sensor like?
So they did it. I think you can find a couple of videos on YouTube where they put it on like a racetrack.
Yeah.
And they'll have like different obstacles and stuff, and it'll like swerve around. It can drift, like it can like. So basically, you know, there are a couple main cameras and sensors that put out. They'll give the car its immediate like field of view. So when there's like a detour thing or has to switch lanes, it'll immediately know to do that so it won't hit something. But the bigger thing is like if you have your car connected to like a mobile network, then this will probably be a few years out, but you can have your car simply know, like the Google traffic alerts, oh, this route is going to have a detour. Let's take this other route. Or, oh, I already know that this lane is closed. Let me switch on the other lane. It'll know that before you would know that if you were driving the car yourself. And once it starts communicating with other cars, it just gets crazy. Like they modeled it where if you have cars communicating with other cars near you, because they have like, you can have Bluetooth sensors or whatever, you can cut down traffic by like 80%.
Wow.
Whoa.
Because the cars will just like you can have highways where cars going 100 miles per hour, because the cars will be able to communicate, you know, on the order of milliseconds. You can't do that with a blinker. So you have cars, they have animations of cars swerving in and out 100 miles per hour on the highway, and you'd probably be scared if you were in that car, but it's cool because the self-driving, you know, has got it handled.
Okay. So Amir, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Is it possible for the technology in this car to be actually like hacked or like commandeered or something? Because that sounds kind
That
of
sounds
scary. Like what
terrifying.
you were just like
Yeah.
telling us a second ago, you know?
Yeah. So I mean, I'm you know, I'm just starting a data science major, so I'm not gonna claim to be an expert at anything, but I've like tried to keep up with like all of the recent advancements in this, and so I did see one demonstration where a couple hackers, you know, endeavored to hack a car on the highway, and they were able to turn the engine off on the highway. They couldn't like steer it or anything, but they were able to turn the engine off, and I think they were able to probably control like some of the other computer functions. So that's pretty scary. Luckily, like the hackers, they were doing that as a demonstration to the software developers, saying like there are these holes in your program, like you need to fix this. But yeah, I mean the scary thing is like if you have a car that's probably after like 2012, 2013, that car can be hacked. So that's already here. Like that's not like a new thing. They did it like a 2014 or something, and they hacked and turned off the engine. So that can already happen. And they had some people who were hacking and unlocking cars and stealing cars. That also happened. So they can, but I guess it's the same thing as like when smartphones came out. Like you have to trust that the developers will get better at catching that. So
Everybody's hacking smartphones when they first came out.
yeah, exactly.
Often,
Yeah. So that's a matter. That's always gonna be there, but that's already here. So I guess that's something we're gonna have to deal with. Someone could just like from your driveway, your car's gonna start backing out. They're just gonna ask the car to drive itself to their driveway. Like they don't even have to go out and steal it. So
Siri, back me out, please.
you'd be like, hey Google, what you doing? Where's my car going? Hey. So that but again, like in order to do that, you have to be like a real hacker. Like it's not. I doubt it's gonna be like any old Joe from across the street.
No, nah.
Can go on Google and figure out how to hack your car. It's gonna be like you have to.
Somebody know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So Mr. Robot, you know, Spider-Man, smart people.
I feel it. I feel it. Have you heard about the smart houses where they have like the
Smart
technology?
houses? I didn't hear about that.
That,
Yeah,
like,
I've
you
heard
can-
about some of that.
Yeah.
I've only seen like people like you can control your lights and your thermostat. I don't know if has it gone like past that.
Bro, it's going past that, man. It's
Oh,
absolutely
What's it going to
ridiculous.
now?
It's like you can do the oven, you can do just about everything in your house, you know, set
Oh,
lights, just,
Word.
and I'm like, how does that work? Like,
Yeah,
because like, I feel like people can hack into that stuff and just like, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
do
For
some,
real.
make a mess, a big time mess. So it's like,
That's terrifying.
yeah, technology kind of scares me, man.
Technology is a little scary. I'm not gonna lie, it is though. It's awesome, but you gotta watch it.
Yeah.
But like you said, it can't just be any old person hacking into it. It gotta be somebody
Yeah.
who really know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, like the main issue, like the reason why I want to say like 90% of people get hacked, you know, through your social media and stuff, is because you have a weak password.
Yeah.
Like that would be the main worry, like someone going in and doing all the crazy like matrix green numbers flashing on your screen and stuff. That is like very few people who can do that. But most people, you know, if you have a weak password, there are ways to hack into your stuff. So
Okay.
that's the main worry. There was also, I don't know if y'all heard, there was like it was a bug in like well, you know, like the WPAC when you connect to a Wi-Fi network.
Yeah.
There was like a hole in that the hackers found, and basically allowed you to hack into any device that used that Wi-Fi.
Word.
If you were like on that same network. I think they pushed out some patches to it, but that's an instance of like something that like really bad could happen. Cause
that was a big thing a few years ago at like the Olympics, I think, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, because it was any device. Like people had like you said, that if you have a smart oven or a smart toaster, someone can hack in through that to your network and then view your passwords. You type in your password, your credit card number, all that stuff. So it's like the more smart devices you have, the more you have to keep on the updates. Because if there was even one device that wasn't updated, someone could sneak in through your network. So people had like cars and printers on the network that they were sneaking in through.
Bro, how long did you start studying all this stuff?
I just like a lot of this stuff I just keep up on online, like on YouTube. Yeah. I'm just subscribed to like tech channels and stuff.
Yeah.
And also just, you know, it piques my interest. I have a lot of friends who are also like, I have a friend who's a comp sci major. Yeah. 2 friends actually, and then a bunch of engineering friends. So we always just like to like talk about this like crazy stuff late night. Like it gets real crazy. Like I could tell you about some really crazy technological stuff. Like it gets into philosophical like questions.
Up for it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So I'll do one because there are a lot, but like there's this one idea it's called the singularity. I did like a short paper on it this past year, but the basic gist of it is like, just let's say that there is a robot that is just about as intelligent as a person, which is reasonable. Like in the next couple of decades, we could have a robot that, you know, like Google Assistant, it could just act like a person. Now that robot is like a person, but it operates a lot faster. It has access to all the internet. Like it has a lot more knowledge. That robot, if a person could build that robot should be able to build its own robot, right?
Yeah.
And since the person could build a robot that's a little better than it, the robot should be able to build a robot that's a little better than itself.
Oh.
If the robot is like the new person. But it can do that a lot faster because it has all this access. So let's say one day we build that robot. Right. That robot goes into development for a year, builds a robot that's smarter than it. Now, again, that smarter robot can do the same thing. It's a cycle, but it'll get faster each time because the robot's smarter each time.
You know what's remind me of? iRobot, bro.
It's similar.
Okay.
But iRobot didn't go far enough. That's the thing.
Okay. That's
iRobot, that's light stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be fine at iRobot. They could shoot those robots.
You're right.
These robots, this is like a problem because that robot, 6 months, 3 months, and it keeps building smarter and smarter robots. And the idea, if you imagine like a graph, like exponential graph, it just keeps going and going and going until you reach what is supposed to be a singularity. And that singularity, if you have, assuming that you have enough resources to build all this stuff, is that you have a robot that's essentially God. And the idea is that it knows and is able to simulate and process all the information of the universe. And to us, it will be God because it will know infinitely more than we do.
Wow.
And if that robot, were to deem humans like improper to fit, an improper fit for the world, or like bad for the world, like an iRobot, we wouldn't have a chance. Like iRobot, we can shoot. Yeah, like people. That's the thing. Like that's the real scary part. People in Terminator, iRobot, like they're like, oh, we can shoot the robots. We'll have a war. It won't be a war. Like the robot, we can just make nanobots and then just and spread them in the air and kill everyone, or it'll just activate all the nukes, kill everyone. So
you're saying the robot's intelligence would keep on going higher after each improvement or each build, pretty much.
And under ideal, this is again, it's like under a lot of assumptions, but it'll keep going faster and faster, an infinite amount of times.
Does that scare you a little bit?
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That is terrifying because there are a lot of scientists who are legitimately frightened by this. Considering the developments we've seen, like a lot of people were skeptical. They were like, robots will never be able to learn like people do. And now in the last 10 years, we found that they can. And we're still saying robots won't be able to have general intelligence like people do. But again, a lot of the cutting edge of data science is figuring out how to make neural networks that operate like the human brain and that they can learn more generally and do general tasks.
Wow.
So if you unlock that, you've opened Pandora's box, sort of. And that robot, we're not having no Terminator style war. Like we're done. It's either the robot accepts us or it denies us. Like that's that's it. We don't have a chance besides that.
Whoa.
So
That was deep. Okay.
yeah, so it's crazy. And there's a bunch of philosophical things about this. Like, what if the robot can simulate the universe and tries to simulate whether or not people are good or not? And what if we're in that simulation? And it's too much.
He's trying to blow minds right now.
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
He's out here
it's-
like, I'm gonna be like, what?
sorry if y'all at home are a little scared, but you should be scared.
That was
But-
deep, bro. That was really deep,
Yeah.
man. But thanks for telling us this information, bro.
Yeah, so watch out, you know.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
My
Your
fault,
your
bro.
com
Oh, no,
sci
you're
friend, be nice to them. They might be your only hope in the robot
For real.
overlord future.
That's crazy. So tell us about you, Mr. Jonathan
Oh,
D.
me?
Stewart.
Oh, me.
Go ahead.
My name is Jonathan D. Stewart, and I'm a very, very nice guy.
Okay.
I would like to be a physician. I want to go into surgery. Looking forward to that. So I can tell you about the path. The path is 4 years of undergrad school. You can major in anything you want. I chose biology, and I thought it was just a phenomenal experience. And then you want to go off to medical school for about 4 years, and after you finish that, you go into residency. But first, you got to go into internship for 1 year. So after that, my residency personally will be like from 5 to 7 years. I have to complete a 5-year like residency, then go into fellowship to actually be focused on cardiothoracic surgery. So that's me, and it was very nice meeting you all.
Hold on. So what type of surgery you going to? You said cardiothoracic.
Cardiothoracic, yeah.
What made you choose that, bro?
Man, so back in the day,
Okay.
I actually experienced I had the opportunity to actually see lots and lots of surgeries. So I seen things like orthopedics. I seen things like vascular surgeries, like on vascular, like varicose veins within your legs and everything.
Right.
And that really just like drug me in. So I decided I'm gonna pursue that in the future, and I've been doing it ever since. So
That's
that was
awesome.
my early teens. So
Yeah, you've been talking about this since early high school, man, and you've been sticking to it too.
you already know.
So I
yeah.
see you. You was at some kind of event like a couple weeks ago where y'all was like, I don't know what you was telling me. It was like some kind of event you was with Cleveland Clinic, I think, or somewhere. And look, everybody like had injuries.
Oh yeah,
What's it called
yeah.
again?
That was disaster day actually.
What was that?
It was a volunteer event where we were moulaged as like disaster victims. We had like a lot of the medical students at Ohio University Medical School. They took care of us and kind of had to assess the situation and react as quickly as they possibly can. So it was a fun event, and I had a great time doing it, man.
That's good.
'Cause,
It
yeah.
looked
I had
fun.
3rd degrees burns all over my chest, so they kind of had to like rip my shirt open and get down to business. It was just awesome. It was just
Wow.
like, yeah, it was a great experience.
Was it wild?
It was wild, bro. It was wild. It was all types of stuff though. Like I'm saying, it was people with like fake blood coming from their legs, and it was just, man.
Yeah, I saw the picture. I saw on your
Yeah.
snaps, man. It looked like y'all was having a good time there, though, bro. A lot of knowledge was gained.
A lot of of course, always, man. Every experience you can gain some knowledge from. I feel, in my personal opinion. So
Okay.
Yeah, going off of that though, do you think when you start practicing, would you want to work in the emergency room, or are you more of you want to do like a scheduled?
oh, see me.
Schedule.
I plan on like developing my own practice. So I want to
Oh,
actually
got
have
you,
a
got
global
you.
practice that helps out. You know what I'm saying, the people who need it the most, of course. So I want to go over to like 3rd world countries and offer free surgeries and everything. I want to go over to.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that was always my like big time goal, and that's been my goal since I was in my early teens, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So create something that everybody benefits from, and I can, you know what I'm saying, possibly employ a lot of my family members, a lot of like my friends, a lot of just straight, you know what I'm saying? And that's the ultimate goal, bro. I want to be the
sounds good,
best
so.
at what I do, so
You are the best,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying? That's the focus right there. Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Journey.
Yeah, that is. that is. That is. So, how would you do that, though? Like, what's your game plan
You
to
have
do that?
to start right
Yeah.
away. So
Okay.
I've been doing it for years, you know what I'm saying? I'm building it. You got to collectively build. It's a progress thing, you know what I'm saying? It's not something that just, oh, I got my degree. Now, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for as long as I can remember, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So you got to go out. You got to let people know. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to actually bring your ideology and explain it to them and get them on the same page, because, you know what I'm saying? It's going to help a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the most important thing to me. You got to be selfless in what you do when you go into medicine, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
There you go.
I like that. Okay, so I see that we are travelers, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, how do y'all feel about traveling? Like, does it open up opportunities for y'all? Like, what does traveling do to y'all? Everybody has a different view of traveling.
Traveling, man.
Because I know you do a lot of traveling. Like,
you want me to?
this dude's in New York. You just came from, Boston. So, what's up?
Yeah, northeast. I mean, I mean, I'll start with like the motivation too, and it's
Okay.
just that, you know, being in the same place, especially when you're like a teenager or young adult, you start to get this itch that you just want to see more. Because the more you see, the more you'll understand. The more you'll understand, the more that you can do. Because you can't do and operate on things and objects that you don't understand or don't know about. And so, yeah, I mean, as cliched as it is an eye opener. Being able to go to different places. I mean, being in Connecticut, I feel like I didn't do that much because it's a small town, Connecticut. But it was like it was cool to like sort of see like a different type of small town.
Yeah.
You know, in the Northeast, it has a lot of its own weird experiences. But New York City, you know, definitely like it's a city where anything that can happen will happen. As I always say to people, and so you just learn so much. And I feel like I've grown up a lot faster being in New York City. I don't know how kids are raised in New York City. Like, I feel like I would be crazy. Like, yeah, you have to grow up fast. Like, I see little kids in the subway, riding the subway to and from school every day. Same subway that some dudes like throwing up and peeing and then on the subway and like just curse people out. And I'm just like, if I saw this stuff when I was like 6 or 7, I'd be messed up. But you know, seeing this stuff now, like I feel like it causes you to grow up a lot faster, be a lot more confident and independent, and feel like, you know, whatever comes my way, even if it's unexpected, I feel like I'll be able to handle it. And I feel like that's the main part of growing up. You know, stuff that you don't expect might scare you, might make you nervous. But you know, when you can say like I'm a real man, that's when anything that comes your way, you feel like you can handle it, no matter what it is. So.
That's a fact. I feel like traveling is directly correlated with growth. So many times you hear people say, "Oh, don't go to Florida. Don't go to New York. You're gonna get shot." And you know what? Every single time somebody has said that to me, my personal experience has proven that wrong 100% of the time. They're like, I don't know why people are so afraid to move. When you move, you grow so rapidly. That's like probably the best way to grow, because you go out and you see different things. You can't grow too much when you're stuck in the same spot constantly. You know what I'm saying? You got to actually get out, get to experience new people, get to experience new experiences. You know what I'm saying? It's so important that you do that. It's so valuable. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
It's like,
yeah, definitely.
Totally agree. I agree with that, man. If like travel has really made me grow, honestly.
Exactly,
like,
man.
As soon as I started traveling, you know, first, you know, you do hear, oh, you're gonna get killed out there. Oh, it's dangerous. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna see for my own self. You know what? If I go out here, something happens, it happens. Something can happen down the street, East Cleveland.
Exactly.
Come on, we live right down the street from. I'm not gonna use the word. We live right down the street for some crazy shit. All right.
Yeah.
And you know, for me to go, cause like, for instance, I just came from Colombia. Everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, you're going to Colombia? They be killing people out there." I'm like, okay, well, out there, had a great time. I'm here, y'all.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
Exactly, man. You go there, it's a totally different story.
Yeah.
Do not be afraid to travel, man.
Yeah.
I've been to the worst neighborhoods in New York, say, in Florida and everything. And they've all been, it's welcoming, you know what I'm saying? It's a new experience. People want to see and experience new things. And this is why I travel around and do music. People love when I get up there and perform for them. They're like, yo, what? It changes the entire game, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it's so valuable to do that. Don't waste your time, bro. Don't wait until later in life. People are like, oh, I want to wait until I'm older. No, do it now. Now is the time, bro. Because nothing is guaranteed in life, bro. So, like, make sure you take advantage of that time that's given to you. Definitely. Or else, you know?
Yeah. Exactly. That's like, true. Especially in going off of that, like, when you're younger, like, you just have a lot more energy. And in some places, like, time and opportunity to go and travel to all these different places. Like, as opposed to when you're older, you might have a family, you might be settled down. It's gonna be harder. It's not impossible, but definitely take advantage of the time. If you are in high school, college, young adult, you know, that's the time you need to take advantage of. Because also, you know, especially if you're in college, university, you have so many opportunities to travel that are subsidized.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go study abroad if you guys are college students.
Abroad,
you know what I'm saying? It's a great experience. I've had so many friends go out to Florence, you know what I'm saying, to France, to just Spain, you know what I'm saying? So many different places. Australia. You can go to these places and you'll be there for what? 6 months?
It depends. 3 months. 3 months.
3 months.
And 6 months sometimes.
Yeah.
And
Summer.
from there, you can jump to other countries. You can go from Australia to, okay, let's not say Australia. You can go from Spain to France. You know what I'm saying? Thailand too. And Thailand and everything. They're all connected. People don't realize that, like, Europe it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's not that big, bro. Like, you can just hop on the Euro rail, I think it is, and go you can go from Amsterdam to France in 30 to an hour or so. It's not that long. It don't take that much. You just gotta have the initiative to actually get out there and do it. That's all it takes, bro. Don't sit there and dream about it. Get out there and do it, bro.
Go do it.
Step up and
exactly.
Because once you do it, you're gonna be satisfied. You're gonna want more, and you're gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Traveling is definitely addicting.
Yeah, it's addicting. Yeah.
You travel one time, you want to keep on going.
It's like, like you were talking about that experience, and I'm like, since then I've done like a billion extra things on top of that. So I'm like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it was an important event to me because it kind of, you know what I'm saying, it grew me in all types of ways, and I got to experience that firsthand with like what happens in a disaster. What do? You know what I'm saying? It's so important, bro. So.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. And the funny thing is sort of special to the Midwest too, because I don't know if y'all read Song of Solomon by Toni Morrison.
No.
Yeah, it's a really good book. It sort of takes place from like, you know, early 1900s to like late. Follows like this black family in Michigan, and through a lot of stuff happens. I don't want to spoil anything. But she.
No, go ahead, man. Feel free to spoil.
But yeah, it follows this family, and it's sort of a well-off family, and how they sort of navigate the world and their own family history. And funny enough, there's a passage in there about the Midwest and saying, you know, when you're next to like one of the Great Lakes, especially as a kid, it feels like the sea. Like it feels like the end all. Like that's where the rest of the world is.
Right.
But then she says, as soon as you realize that the lakes themselves are landlocked, people in the Midwest always want to travel out. And I felt very similar. Like when you're going to Lake Erie as a kid, like I felt like that was the sea. Like I reached the barrier, you know, I reached the end. And then, you know, once you realize that there's so much more out there, you feel like you have to see it and definitely come back. It's not saying that you're going to leave forever. You want to come back and always come back. Remember where you came from. But while you have the time, and God willing that you have the time on this earth, you have to go see the rest of it.
Wow, that sounds like
life is unlimited.
Exactly,
you know
it is.
There is unlimited. You're never gonna be able to hit every single spot. So cherish every moment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's always gonna be something new to experience within this thing we call life. You know what I'm saying? So
always, bro.
Always, bro.
It keeps on going. That's why I love experiences, man. The experience is what matter. That's what helps you grow for real. Like. Gain many as possible. Always say yes.
Don't limit yourself and don't get stuck. You know what I'm saying? Don't get stuck. I see so many people getting stuck. Don't be like, 9 to 5, going home, eat dinner. No, get out there, bro. Because it's so valuable to you and your soul. You know what I'm saying? So.
Exactly. Yeah.
I got a question real quick. So, you know, since we're considered the new millennials, how do y'all feel about working 9 to 5 for the rest of your life?
You want to go first since you
go ahead.
Okay, working 9 to 5 for me. See, me personally, I've always worked 24/7. I will continue to always work 24/7. The time is based on when I want to, you know what I'm saying, get together and do this. You know, so I create my own schedule. I believe that's a valuable experience in itself, to create your own schedule. So I wake up late as crap every single day, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe in waking up in the morning time. I mean, a lot of people are morning people, but me personally, bro, it's not for me, dog. So I got to wake up later in the day, and that's my preference right there. So for me to work a 9 to 5, it's highly unlikely, you know. So I'm not gonna do that because I feel like it places restrictions on your life. Yeah. You got to be there 9 to 5, and then say you don't show up. You know what I'm saying? You don't show up one day. You're in hot water, dog. So absolutely not. I don't believe in that. Of course I'm gonna have to do that for residency and everything, and work anytime they actually request me to go in. But after that, I've already got my stuff established because I'm working on it currently. I've been working on it in the past, and I'm gonna continue working on it every single day.
I like that. That's a good answer.
Definitely.
Thank you.
So, try to follow that up, but yeah, I mean, I think for me, the time isn't a problem. If I had to work 9 to 5 every day, that I wouldn't have a problem with that. My main fear is working in the same place doing the same thing 9 to 5, because I think that's the connotation. Like, if I'm working 9 to 5, but I'm hopping around different jobs, working on different projects, you know, God willing, in the future, I'll be able to start my own business, my own software. If that's all 9 to 5 every day, I'm cool with that. But my main fear is if I'm going to the same office, working on the same stuff, you know, for years on end, that's what scares me. I don't think I'd be able to do that. I'm definitely, if I reach a couple years and I'm doing the same thing, the same company, and I'm not moving up, then I'm going to leave, even if it's for less pay, because I need to do something different. I'm trying to.
Do not sacrifice your creativity
Yeah.
And always do what you love, no matter what the financial like return
Exactly.
is. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So many people want to focus on money. Money will not bring you happiness all the time.
No.
It's more about doing what you absolutely love every single day. And that's going to bring you so much just joy to your heart. You know what I'm saying? You're going to feel so good. Like, forget, you got to make sacrifices in order to be happy. And that's where happiness comes from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, what was that J. Cole song, "Love Yours"?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Listen to that song if you don't believe us.
Right on. I thought you were about to break it down. I'm sitting here like,
oh yeah, but like
Yeah,
you know,
go
J.
ahead.
Cole. I don't know if I could remember all the lyrics. But he's like yeah, like I know it's hard to hear. You know, if you're sitting in your room on your TV, living paycheck to paycheck, watching on the TV people with fast cars and jewelry and all that stuff. It's hard to hear and say money doesn't buy happiness. But at the same time, he's saying, trust me, as a person who went from there to where he is, one of the most popular rappers in the world, he can tell you that you have to make sure that you have a household where everyone loves each other and supports each other, because money will never buy that.
Exactly.
Never. Priceless.
Like, seeing that stuff on TV is a mental trap. Do not fall for that. Instead, go for what you personally absolutely love. It's you personally. You got to figure out yourself in order to, you know what I'm saying? My bad. I'm sorry. I got to. My bad. But you got to figure out. You got to figure out yourself. You know what I'm saying? So many people are like, oh no, you do what you love. You know what I'm saying? Don't let anybody modulate that. People will hate. People will sit here and be like, oh, you can't do that. Fuck what they gotta say, man. You know how many times I heard that in my life, bro? I accomplished 99% of that shit. I'll be you fall every once in a while, but I heard so many people say, "Oh, you can't do." I accomplished that shit. I can show you that shit, man.
Exactly.
Excuse my language, bro.
Nah,
I don't want to hear that shit, dog. So many people are like, "Oh, you want to be an astronaut? You can't. No, do that shit. Prove these motherfuckers wrong." Cause I got, man, I'm so sick of people.
That's fine. He said we they took him off the air.
I was funny. That needed to happen because I was about to go in. I was about to stand up with the microphone and go the fuck off.
Man, trying to pull a Bill O'Reilly.
Let me grab that.
Go ahead. Brief intermission.
Yeah.
Oh man, my friend, hold on. Let me talk this thing real quick.
My bad, guys.
You good, bro? Hold on.
Oh, I think if people say some comments, they say, "Oh, they appreciate it. They appreciate it."
I was trying to keep that within him, bro. I was trying to compose myself.
Unleash the beast.
But I be wanting to go in sometimes. You know?
Hold
Oh
on.
my god.
Tripping. All right,
and we're back.
all right, my fault.
All right, let's get it. So look, my bad. Look, I got a beast inside of me, man. I'll be ready to unleash it, but people don't be ready. So here we go.
Yeah, make sure it's safe. Make sure it's up.
All right, we good? Can they hear us?
All right, we good.
Sorry about that. Tripping. All right.
OJ had to
Let's
speak
get it.
some knowledge. Other people was like, "Oh, man, spilling that."
They was like, "Oh, he's such a nice kid." What the hell is going on? Nah, bro, I'm pretty radical, man. I be going in, but hey,
You gotta be up front, man.
you gotta, sometimes you gotta keep it real, man.
You gotta be up front, man. Speak about doing different things, man. So I see you travel and shit, man. But I see you also you play music when you travel.
Oh man, absolutely, bro.
Tell us about that, bro.
So music is a beautiful thing. It brings everybody together, you know what I'm saying? I think that's such a wonderful thing to be in a room full of people and just, you know what I'm saying, have everybody vibing together. My favorite thing is like when they sing with you. It's just like incredible. I can't even see. Hold on. I'm sorry. Oh, brother can't even see, man. You got me fired up, bro. But you got me fired up, bro. But anyway, look, I still can't see, man. Hold up. Okay.
You good, man?
You got the ghost of Stevie Wonder.
But I'm so done with you guys. I'm so done. But anyway, so like I think music is such a excuse me. It's such a thing that connects us, man. Like everybody loves music, bro. Of all forms, you know what I'm saying? like, don't limit yourself with music either. I hear so many people, oh, I don't like country. Oh, I don't like rap. I don't. No, everything has a deep message within it. You know what I'm saying? You got to appreciate it's art, bro. Art is so, I'm going to say the word again, valuable to you personally, bro. Because, like, it's a way of expression. Expression is important because expression is creativity, bro. And creativity is what makes you different from the rest. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? It's powerful, dude.
It is.
So to have the opportunity to be invited to travel out to places like New York and Florida and California and Texas and Europe, even Europe, you know what I'm saying? I'm out in Europe in a few days, man. I cannot believe this. I feel like I'm living an absolute dream. And I'm so thankful for all of you guys behind the camera who like tune in and listen to me like be an idiot every single day. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm a goofy dude, man. You know what I'm saying? It's living life, bro. I feel like everybody should be doing that. So go after what you love. I hear people talking about, oh, I like to paint. I like to do it. I support all causes, bro. As long as they're in like a good, positive, you know what I'm saying? Don't destroy yourself. So many people want to be out here doing just negative things. Go out there and do something positive. You know what I'm saying? Take your life in another direction and bring people with you. That's the most valuable. You got to bring people with you. You know what I'm saying? Don't go, like, you don't want to go to the top alone. It's lonely at the top. You hear a lot of rappers say that because they chose to go alone when you can lift up everybody around you, bro. And wow, that's it, man. That's all I got to say about that.
I'm like Drake, no new friends.
Yeah, like he chose to have no new friends.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
No new friends.
It's so many great souls out here, man. It's a lot of great people in the world, man. I meet like thousands, tens of thousands, millions, hundreds of thousands of people every single week, and I'm just like, yo.
You meet millions of people every single week?
Man, I meet a lot of people, bro.
This dude was out here.
So, like,
I'm a Snapchat.
Dang.
So like, it's just like
followers.
And I see like, man, I see such greatness in a lot of people, man, that I feel like a lot of people don't see it in themselves, man. You guys have it, bro. You got that spark inside. Unlock it. You know?
I'm pretty sure they just unlocked it. They went Goku.
You think so? Awesome.
Okay.
There you go.
So I'm gonna ask y'all some questions, and y'all can answer them to the best of your ability. All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Question number 1. What's the first thing you think about when you wake up? Whoever can answer it first.
Oh wait, is this for points?
Y'all listen.
Ooh, that's tough. I mean, to be honest, like the first thing when I'm at school, the first thing I think about when I wake up is probably just like, what am I trying to do today? Because even outside of classes, especially now that I'm trying to work around, do a lot of work in my summer internship. I'm always just being like, all right, what am I trying to do today? Am I trying to do some more practice my coding? Am I trying to practice my Arabic? What's outside of classes? What am I trying to do today? So that's probably the first thing.
You know Arabic language?
I'm studying it right now. Yeah.
Okay.
In school, because my dad's side, he's from Sudan.
Yeah.
And actually, so funny enough, I was at my dad's house for 5 days after I got out of school. Then I came back home here. And my grandmother came to the States for the first time from Sudan on my dad's side, which is pretty cool. So I've only been studying for a year, and I've only been studying formal Arabic. So I was trying to talk to her, and it was real hard most of the time, but it was funny though, because she just say some stuff and I'd just be like, yeah. She'd just be like, you can't understand me, can you? I'm like, nope. So, but it was real cool though, and it's real nice being able to like sort of connect with that side of my family, because I haven't really connected with that side for most of my life. So coming back to that, it was really cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
I study the language too, because I don't know none. I know a little bit of Spanish, y'all. That's it.
Oh, yeah, go get Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do French though, kind of.
French.
French is a great language,
Yeah,
bro. I
yeah.
speak.
Language of romance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something. What about you, bro?
So when I wake up in the morning time, man, I wake up and I think about other people, man. I think about the greatness that we have in this world, bro. I wake up and I think about, say uplifting my family. I think about uplifting my friends. I think about what they do for me, you know what I'm saying? And I think like my friends and family, you guys do so much for me, man. And I that's like the only thing. I feel like that's the most like cherishable thing right there, to have friends and family who you can depend on, you know what I'm saying? Even strangers out in public, bro, I meet, and they bring so much to the table for me. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm always constantly thinking of ways to, you know what I'm saying, uplift somebody and, help somebody out. And or go to an event, and that's me right there. You know what I'm saying?
It's bigger than you, then. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I think life is much bigger than me. I think like, you know, yeah.
It is. Man.
So that's I'm constantly.
Y'all role models, bro.
You think so, man?
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man.
I witnessed it throughout the years. Both of y'all, man. Look, I was in high school, right? I was in the 10th grade, and they said, all right, we're going to have a guest speaker today. Mind you, I said, okay. He's going to say the Martin Luther King speech, Lutheran High School East. This guy came in and said the speech to high schoolers. And mind you, what grade you in that time?
I think I want to say it was like 6th grade.
He was in the 6th grade, and I was in the 10th grade in high school. And he spoke to us, a speech. And I was like, he's going to be something. If he's talking to other people in high school about something, he's going to be something, man. Yeah, this guy right here inspires people. They both do, y'all. So, yeah.
Remember that day? That day was hot.
How was that experience, man? I never talked to you about that. How was that experience, bro?
Like speaking in general, or that
speaking in, you went to a few places to speak that, did you?
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest one, and it's one that like people like come up to me about, was when I spoke at the clinic, keynote for like the MLK, yearly celebration. And it was interesting. I mean, when I was doing all of that, I really like doing the speech itself, but all the prep work and all the practice behind it, I didn't like it. Like I was like, I'm just trying to go play basketball. I'm gonna go play video games. And my mom was like, no, you got to practice this for an hour after your homework. And and I was always sort of being like, oh man, like, is this worth it? I don't think this is worth it. And obviously, like everyone who's coming to age, like I realized that my mom did that for a reason, because she knew that there are already so many cards stacked against us as black men that you always have to go further ahead. And so she made sure that I was already doing all this stuff, and she'd always be networking too. Like after every event, she'd stay after to talk for like an hour to all these different people. And that was another thing where I was like, man, Mom, can we just go? Like, I want to go home and play Black Ops, like when the event's over. You know what, though? And yeah,
as an African American, you have to realize you have to work harder than the rest, dude.
Yeah.
All the odds are against you. You know what I'm saying? You cannot let this system destroy you. You have to work harder. You got to go out. You got to get those A's. You know what I'm saying? You got to go out. You got to work the hardest at your job. You know what I'm saying? You just that's just our, what's the word I'm looking for?
That's our culture, man.
That's our culture. You know what I'm saying?
Our burden, I guess.
That's my people taught me, man. You
that's our burden.
Twice
there we go.
as hard. Nowadays, it's 3 times as hard.
3 times.
Ain't no more twice. It's 3 times harder.
Yeah. I mean, you could look at so many. I mean, I'm interested in statistics, so I'll always be looking at studies and stuff. But there's one out that if you are a black man with a college degree, and there's a white man with a high school diploma, you're equally as likely to get a job. Even though you spent 4 years. And I remember they did one especially for Ivy League schools. They said if you're a black man with an Ivy League degree, you have the same chance of getting a job as like a white man with a community college degree. And I'm not trying to put down community college at all, because they're both great experiences.
Right.
But obviously, when you're a white man with an Ivy League degree, you also have nearly double the chance of getting a job offer as a black man with an Ivy League degree.
So the best thing you do,
the data shows it,
is you must create your own. And that's what we forget to do a lot of times. Because you look at every other ethnicity, they have their own, bro. You know what I'm saying? You look at Chinese, they got their own.
Shout out your mom on here.
Oh yeah, shout out to my mom.
Oh, is your mom here? Okay, my bad. I'm not even gonna continue. But you look at everybody.
I'll say it, yeah.
They have their own. Create ours. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with that. We are divided, as you can see. Come together as one. That's what we need to do.
Yeah. I mean, there's the Absol song. If all the gangs unify, we stand a chance against the military tonight. Not saying they were trying to go in against a whole race war, because we're not trying to do that. But I guess the overlying message is that there is a lot of power in unification, but there are also forces trying to drive us apart. Yeah,
always,
yeah. I mean, conspiracy theories aside, there released files about ways that they try to drive us apart. That how they broke up the Black Panthers, and how they played a hand, and the CIA was spying on MLK and Malcolm X.
There's so much propaganda to destroy your image, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Take care of your brothers and sisters, but take care of everybody else also. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Treat everybody with respect and dignity, bro. That's what my parents always taught me, So I think it's so important,
Very, very important.
Treat everybody with respect. You're going to have people who are absolute racist, and don't pay them any mind. Love them anyway.
Yeah. Exactly.
Love your haters.
Love your haters.
Literally, man. Because if you started, hating them, they trapped you.
Yep.
They got you.
That means you cared.
That means you care.
That means you cared.
That means you care about their opinion.
You just got to do you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody stop you from being you.
Exactly. Okay. I love y'all answers. Okay. Question number 2. It's a weird one. If animals could speak, which animal would you talk to the most?
Oh, you can go first. This is a hard
Respect
one,
is key.
Respect is key, indeed.
That's who I talk to the most. That's an interesting one. I mean, see, that's the thing. Like, how realistic are we going with this? Because I obviously, like...
It's never how you want to take it, bro.
There's more intelligent... I mean, all right, I'm going to give you 2 answers just to...
Go ahead.
Just for fun. All right, so if we're going, like, super realistic, I'd probably talk to dogs because they're the most intelligent animal that can relate to us. So I'd be able to, talk to my dog when I come from work, like, hey, how's your day? He's like, I was just walking around the house, going barking at cats, and I'll just talk about my day. That have your dog be your real friend. But if we're assuming that like all animals have their own secret intelligent language and stuff, like all those pet movies, I would probably talk to like insects, like ants or something. Okay. They outnumber us by a factor like 1 to 1 billion. So I'm gonna have like my own insect army, and take over the world and stuff.
No, that's real. I never thought about that.
That'd be me.
Okay, what about you, bro?
So I would choose, like Amir said first, I would choose also dogs because their loyalty, their love, you know what I'm saying? They're very, very passionate. Like, it's just so much to dogs. And they're just so highly intelligent and just like, they're by your side no matter what. They always got you. And that's like, for me personally, that's an important thing, you know what I'm saying? So, dogs all the way.
Okay. All right. I like that. I think I'll talk to armadillos. I just I
thought you were dead serious, bro.
No, might probably be dogs though.
Yours be dog also? Yeah.
Okay.
It's just something about dogs, man. Dogs are just like great. Yeah. Everybody loves them too. Yeah.
That's real. So
y'all
into
like
music?
If you talk to cats, they just be like hating.
Oh
on
no.
You. You can tell the way they look at you.
Like
they probably just be talking smack as soon as you walk out of the room. Like being like, oh, they
cats just dip, bro. They like you got a cat. They just come, they eat the food, and you be like, where the heck the cat?
Yeah, you be mid conversation, be like, yeah. So I was talking to Brad the other day, and they just walk out of the room. Cats don't care.
I don't like cats. Okay, so if you could be an animal, what animal would you be?
Oh, snaps.
Yeah.
How you gonna do this to us, man?
I told you to be some weird questions.
Man, what?
I mean,
they are sneaky.
Because it's also. So all right, so if we went like the realistic route, but that's not as fun. I'd probably be like a monkey or something because that's like closest to you. I like being a human.
The coolest
like
monkey
being
in
able
the
to do
jungle.
stuff. Ooh. Shout out H&M. But if we can go like, I'll keep my same intelligence, and ability and up here and all that stuff, so I could actually like process what's going on. I'd probably be a panther. Shout out Wakanda. I'd probably be a panther. You fast, you're slick, you're stealthy, but you're not like aggressive. Like you're not like a lion. You're not gonna just eat people, but you can still defend yourself. You can mess somebody up. So panther would be cool.
Wakanda. Okay. What about you, bro?
Man, it's a hard question, bro. There's this mammal called a Homo sapien. I wouldn't mind being that. Okay. And I feel like I might actually be one of those, but I would just say if I had to choose an animal, it would probably be a bird because birds are pretty dope animals and they get to fly around and so they migrate during the winter time when it gets cold and everything. It's pretty sick, bro. But then they poop on people too, like sometimes also.
I had a podcast show yesterday and one girl said, if a bird poops on you, that means it's for good luck. I don't know how true that is. I don't want that happening to me, though.
I feel like birds are also really intelligent, like things. Even though you see a lot of them smashed on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like, I don't know, it's something about birds that, yeah.
That's cool. I said I wanted to be an owl.
Oh, for real? Mm-hmm. Owls are dangerous, actually. They're really
don't sleep on owls.
They're dangerous. They sit there.
Yeah, they see everything, man.
Get the squirrel. They can get anything, bro. Like, owls are really, really strong creatures,
silent
bro.
Assassin.
Yeah, silent assassins, bro.
Turn your neck all the way
they'll
around.
grab you. They'll mess around and grab you.
For real.
Oh, snaps.
Okay, so y'all like music, right?
Yeah.
I got a good question for y'all. If you was trapped on an island for 1 whole year, what 3 albums or mixtapes will you listen to?
Oh my God, how you gonna do this, bro?
Yes.
What type of questions are these?
Yes.
man.
Let's see. I think. Well, all right. I definitely already got one.
Okay.
But. Yeah, I think I got mine.
Okay.
All right, 3 albums or mixtapes, right?
Yep, 3 albums and mixtapes.
So I'm trying to, yeah, it'd be something that like would be able to get me through a year on an island. So I think my 3 would be 99% by K Tronada. What you call it? Gold Link's last album.
Oh.
And
I like Gold Link.
there you go. And Friday Night Lights by J. Cole. So
That's a good. Hey, that's a good like variety.
yeah, it'd be something with variety.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't get bored. But also something that like a lot of the songs I feel like would be able to keep me sane. And,
Right.
You know.
Oh, you out there for a year.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I have to have J. Cole be talking to me, be like, "Don't worry, bro, you got it."
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
there you go.
Okay, Jonathan D. Stewart. What about you?
Bro, this is the hardest question that I could possibly. Like, what are you talking? 3 albums?
3 albums or mixtape.
We don't got the Spotify playlist going.
No, it's not.
Hold
Bro,
on.
that's too good to be true. You out there for 1 year, you got 3 albums to thump, man.
Oh man. But you alone though?
Look, it's however you want to answer it. It's
man.
however you want to answer the question, man. Just know you need 3 albums or 3 mixtapes.
Oh man, bruh.
Do we need to play a song? Do 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 do.
All right, so damn. Oh, excuse my language. Dang. I said some words, and I'm so sorry for the explicit language tonight. I really apologize whoever's watching this. I don't believe in all that stuff, you know. So I'm a good kid. So I'm speaking to you guys. Yeah, whoever watches this. Yeah, take it back. But let's see. This is so hard, bro. So like I like Luther Vandross a lot, so
okay.
probably one of his albums. Can I just name artists, bro?
You know what?
I'm not gonna name
an artist and a song then. There you go.
Wait, one song?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, I gotta do it, man.
Bro, one song.
It gotta be one. It gotta be an artist and a song with it. My man's over here named all 3 albums.
Yeah, he did actually. Yeah, I feel like I owe you, bro, for naming all 3 albums. So let's see. It's so hard because I listen to a lot of music all the time, dude. So I really can't do this. Is there a way of forfeiting like my answer for this question?
Let's say you're there for a week. You're for a week and you got
nice choice, Luther. Yeah.
Yeah. I like Luther Vandross a lot. I'm just gonna name artists because I don't care about your question, man.
He could answer it.
I could answer it, man.
Go ahead, man.
Let's see. There's this fella by the name of Jonathan D. Stewart. You should check his music out. He's number 2. Yeah. His album "I Miss You" dropping very, very soon. You should actually sign an album. It's EP. He's a very nice guy though. You should check him out.
Okay.
And finally, I'm probably gonna take something ratchet like Eminem, Marshall Mathers up here. So, 'cause, you know, so, there we go. That's it.
Okay.
Or actually, the Eminem Show. We'll go with that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got another weird question for y'all. What's your favorite smells?
Oh, what is this, man?
Yeah, it's making you think.
favorite smell or favorite smells?
Like
just
smells.
It can be
multiple.
anything, bro.
It can be anything. Yeah, multiple any smells you want.
Food.
Smell of food, just any food.
Yeah, any food.
Are y'all sure
I like
about any
food.
food?
Oh well, no, mine
Not fishy food.
I would say like there are smells that are like nostalgic.
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
I'm done with this guy.
No, for real though. Fried chicken.
All right, so you fried chicken too?
No, I was gonna say just like I don't know. I was gonna say water, but not just water, like
we smell
the
water
sea,
now.
like a river or a sea or a lake or something.
Oh, so you like the smell of nature? Nature is what he meant to say,
Yeah,
guys.
part of nature.
He likes nature.
It's like the water part.
I like nature. The water part. Then not Lake Erie, because
That's
not the part of
Or
Lake
not,
Erie.
not the zoo either.
Not the zoo.
The
either,
zoo,
'cause
man,
it's just the poop piles
The
up.
zoo
but,
be on a whole nother
but like
level.
in the middle of a forest or like further away from Cleveland, part of Lake Erie. That
I get you.
yeah, that's a good smell.
Okay. Have you ever been to like the Atlantic Ocean or anything?
Yeah, well, yeah, I've been to like the coast, mostly in the Northeast.
Oh.
And I mean, like the smell isn't great because most of the time I've been near New York City.
Oh.
So, but it's not bad. Like they've cleaned it up a lot over the last couple of decades. 'Cause before it was like if you swam in it, you got sick. So now, like the Hudson River is not too bad. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
How many more questions do we have, by the way?
Spring water do got touch. You got like 3 more questions, 4
got
more
3?
questions,
Okay, cool,
5
cool,
more
awesome.
questions probably.
Awesome. No,
depends.
take as many questions as you want. We can sit here all day if you want.
As many
I'm
questions?
always down to talk, bro. No,
Okay.
not any question. No, I'm saying answer your questions.
I got a lot of questions up
He said
here,
not
bro.
any questions.
But
though.
we can sit here. We can get what I'm saying, we can get down.
Okay, I got
With
another
this,
question here.
What's the next one?
What's your favorite book that you read?
Oh,
Favorite book. That's always
bro.
hard for me.
Do you read a lot of books, by the way, Amir?
I used to read a lot. I mean, while I'm in school, it's just hard to find
hard,
the
yeah.
time.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean, definitely more now. I'm more like reading articles and reading
Okay.
research papers and stuff.
Are you
But
taking on a lot of credit hours at Columbia and everything?
next year, definitely.
Next year?
Because they put a max on it. This past year, they put a max because kids are getting too stressed out.
Oh.
And I'm at the max next year.
What's the max?
Yeah.
18 credits.
18 credit. Okay, cool.
It's not too bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
What-
kids, they take on too much for themselves at Columbia.
So, like, what does your schedule look like typically? Like, what's an average day in the life of Amir when you're in school and everything?
So average day at Columbia, I think so. This last semester I had a lot of 8 a.m.s. So I get up at 7, take a shower, get dressed, everything. 7:30, go to breakfast.
Okay.
Eat like a piece of fruit, and then go to class. Then after class I probably go back, do some work, go to the next class. It depends. The different days it depends. On Tuesdays, like I go to work
Okay.
and then go to class.
So you think working a job is manageable when you're in college and everything? Are you like part time, full time?
I'm very much part time. Like
Part-time?
I work 6 to 8 hours a week. And
that's
that's
cool.
like a campus job. Yeah.
They worked me to death, man. I worked like
Oh,
40
man.
hours a week, man.
During school?
During school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
See, I would say that's not. That
do it. I
that's
don't recommend
tough.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it.
I
man.
wouldn't recommend that.
No, I was burnt out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I was like 10 hours max, and like I'm on this semester. I also started working for the newspaper,
Okay.
so that was a couple other hours.
So you like a publisher or like are you like
I'm
a
an
writer? Editor?
for opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so I mean, definitely like the more interesting parts of my schedule are definitely like on the weekends because
Okay.
we don't have Friday classes. So Thursday nights and Fridays, like I'm working for the news. Go around doing jobs. I'm gonna be one of the leaders for this club, like this global ambassadors club. So all that stuff takes place on the weekend, and then like when I'm DJing for gigs.
Oh, so
Where
you
DJ at?
you DJ?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my DJ Dot out of New York City,
Cool,
out
cool.
of Columbia University. If you have any gigs in New York City or the surrounding area, please let me know.
So what kind of DJ are you? Like, what music you
I
play?
mean mainly hip hop, R&B.
Okay.
Definitely like so far I've been doing a lot of parties, but not a lot of parties. I've done a couple parties so far and some events, but I'm definitely open to anything. Like if it's just like a, just an event that they need some music, or if it's just like a party, then I'm willing to do. I'm willing to do a large spread of music. The main reason why I started DJing is because at Columbia, it wasn't that they were just playing like EDM. Like I have my own thing with EDM, but it wasn't that they were like playing EDM and pop. That was my problem, is that they were putting no effort into it.
Yeah.
Is that there were so many DJs that were just playing literally off the billboard and like these old random songs. Like I went to a party, they just started playing like Party in the USA for no reason. Like it wasn't a throwback party or nothing. They just started playing Party in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a common occurrence.
See, that is a problem. Nah,
Ladies and gentlemen, every time I go out, I hear that song.
if you are a DJ, if you sign on to DJ at party, you have a responsibility. That isn't like, oh, let me put on my Spotify playlist that I took 2 seconds to put together. No. If you're a DJ, that like if you just put some effort into it. And I feel like no one's doing it. So I was like, I'm gonna start doing it. And then so we started DJing, and then literally my first party, like my very favorite part, people were always coming up to me like, "Oh man, you were so good. It was so good. Like I was so good. The music selection was so good." And I was like, just literally just because I tried.
Yeah.
Like I tried to put a selection together that actually made sense and was sort of current, but also like allow people to actually groove to it. I don't want to have these songs that I can just jump up and down to at a party. Like,
how are your like? Do you use turntables? How are your transitions and everything? Do you have any techniques that you possibly use? And
right now, all my stuff is digital because I just started. So I have the turntables on the screen, but all I can really use is the trackpad. So I try to make do with that. There's some like automatic features that help with the transitions, but it's all like it'll be all digital on the screen, and I'll be going away. You'll see me going around the keyboard and the trackpad the whole time.
Okay,
so you don't got a controller yet. You don't have a controller.
Not yet, because I just started like this past semester.
That's cool though, man.
And so hopefully next semester I'll be able to invest in some turntables and get some stuff going.
So what is like a practice schedule for you? Like how do you go about practicing and figuring out how you're gonna get like jiggy with it once you get to the gig? I'm sorry for saying jiggy with it. Yeah. Please don't hate me.
I can play that next part too. I mean, so I've only known a couple of events, but basically what I end up doing is I'll figure out what the event is, what the audience is, and what the purpose of the event is. Because obviously I'm not gonna play turn up music if it's like get some t-shirts and food. Like you have to know that you have to meet your audience where they are. So
no trap music at the picnic.
At the picnic, yeah, or a little bit.
Yeah, I'm saying you gotta play a little trap music. You gotta play, what's that?
The day before, like I'll usually just like I have a bunch of playlists on YouTube and Spotify. I'll just get a bunch of music and I'll just like see what will fit the mood, and I'll sort of go through each time I have a song and I make sure the next song flows into it. Because you don't want, like, what I also hate about some of these DJs is that they have very jarring transitions. Yeah. You can't go, again, from, like, Party in the USA to Work by A$AP Ferg. Like, that's just, I'm just so confused if I'm dancing on the dance floor. So, make sure everything flows, and I'll play through it, and I'll do sort of random transitions throughout it, so I make sure that I can do all of those, and I know where to start. I do a little bit of it. Sometimes I'll do like the slow stop. It'll be like, and then start it back. Yeah,
you ever use it?
I use a couple of like gunshot sounds. Yeah, like bow, like that, some of that, and and then make sure it all makes sense, and then I go in and I just do my thing. And I mean, the music mostly is the selection is probably the most important part, especially for parties. The main thing people want to do is they want to dance to the song that they know. So even though the special stuff is cool, but if you don't have your selection down, it's gonna fall apart. Yeah. So the music does most of the work, and the transitions is like a little spice. It's a little spice on the top, So
how long do you typically like? What's a session for you when you have a gig?
So again, I've only done a few, but the first one I did, that was like, I want to say I got there right now. It was like 10 to 2.
Okay. So like you're doing like what?
So 4 hours.
4 hours. Okay, 4 hour sessions.
How is that? You just be in the zone the whole 4 hours?
Yeah, I mean, like the good thing is like I really only want to play songs that I like, and when it's songs that I like, that's really gets me in a mood to like I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. But if I'm trying to play just top hits that I don't like, then that's when you start to get bored. So that's a good thing. Like if you're playing all songs you like it goes real fast.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. And then people come up sometimes will make suggestions, and if they're good, you take them. If they're not, you be like, nah. You gotta let people down easy, because sometimes they're drunk. They'll get wild if you straight up say no.
Play Nook If You Buck and see what happens. Nook If You Buck. You play that in Toledo, people gonna start fighting, bro.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That's cool though, man.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, it's real cool and it's real enjoyable. It's like same as you. Like I'm a big music guy, so it's a nice thing to do on like a Friday night or Saturday night. Yeah. And I don't have to get sweaty with everyone in the party. So it's
you're lucky one, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So I can just be at the booth and I'm just cool. So
that's what's up, man.
Yeah, but. We just completely just side running like the question. My bad.
No, it's okay. This is what the podcast is for. This is what the podcast is for. Exactly. Hello, people. We forgot you were here for a second. No, I'm playing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys made it this far, you guys are freaking amazing. Appreciate you. But Yeah, I said freaking. Look, I'm trying to get my act together. Whoever's on that. But yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, great job, man. You keep it up, bro.
Yeah, that's it, man. It's not you out there making moves.
So it sounds like within college, I feel like the most important thing is balance, and it sounds like you have that down to a science.
Yeah, I mean, I tried because like going to a prep school.
Yeah,
that's sort of the main thing they want to teach you. Besides academics, they want to make sure that when you get to college, you know how to balance your school life, your personal life, your work life, all of that, because you're already living at the school. So it's sort of a mini college experience. So a lot of that was good that I went in with that. But not to say that there weren't challenges when I came to Columbia. There definitely were. So, but I think now I'm definitely more confident with my time.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, just because the first semester, the classes, Arabic was so hard. Like, it's just, and Arabic itself is a hard language, but I've taken some lessons before. Just Arabic at Columbia was just, it was intense. No mercy. They have no mercy.
So you're pretty much fluent after the first class.
I can have like a good college conversation. Like they teach you a lot of college vocabs. You can have talk to your professor and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I could write an essay. So you
can write an essay and everything.
In Arabic, yeah, that's cool. But they just have no mercy with like the amount of work they give you. Like it's a 5-credit course. Like it means 4 days a week, and they'll give you 2 to 4 hours of homework a night, and then it's just on top of the fact that you have to do corrections sometimes, and they go twice as fast as most college courses. Like someone in my class went to where'd they go? Wow. They went to Georgetown, and they took Arabic at Georgetown, and they were like, yeah, this is going twice as fast as we went. I'm just like, why? There's no reason. They just want to do this to us, but. Man,
they want to make you great at Columbia. Shout out Columbia University.
Yeah, shout out Columbia.
Their aspirations and outlook is to make you a great, prepared individual when you're in the workforce.
There you go.
So yeah, there you go.
They really.
It's a great school.
They
you guys
really
should check
hammer
it out.
That work in. You're doing that work. But shout out Columbia. Thank you. Please send me the updated financial aid package though. So I can say a real thank you. But but yeah, man, that was the main beast I had to conquer, and after that, I feel like I'm a lot more settled in it.
You adapted real quick though. A lot of people take years to adapt time after in college.
Yeah.
It takes a long time for a lot of people, man.
So do you have any recommended study tips for the people out here?
If you study tips. So I mean, the first thing is that this is what they did in prep school, is that they had study hours 7:30 to around 11, depending on like your grade level each day, which is a lot more sense for college. Because, in elementary school, middle school, and if I say home, I would have done this for high school. Like, I would just do my homework right after I got home from school. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't really make sense in college when you have maybe work, you have other clubs, your schedule. You might have a class that meets like 6 to 8 at night. And so you have to have like maybe later but very consistent time to actually do your work. And so that was like a main thing. Like, when you have so much freedom in college, some people go off and they will lose that sense of structure.
Exactly.
And so
I noticed that.
Exactly, yeah. So have a set time. It doesn't have to be that exact time, but around evening, like after dinner, you have to go back, do your homework. Don't just mess around, because that's how you end up staying up till 3 a.m. freshman year.
I ain't gonna lie, that was me.
It happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us.
I've been in college for 7 years, and I still, for some reason, I cannot study during the day. It's weird. I'm a person to be up like to 5 a.m. and I pull all nighter. I'll still pass my exams, obviously, but don't do what I do, y'all. He witnessed it, because we used to stay up all night, be at the library, leave, pull all nighters, and go take our test next day.
But guess what, people? Guess what, people?
What's up?
We got them A's.
And we did.
Ninja, we made it. We got them A's. We got them degrees. G's get degrees. He's the up and coming G right there. He's gonna get his degree. Yeah, he has it dominated. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it. That's how you should do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it like us. Actually, I'm lying. Look, this is like he lied when he said I'm not a role model, man.
They is role models. They trying to be humble.
Nah, bro.
It's all right, man. They know what they are. They role models. So, like these last few questions out the way.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it.
All right.
Oh, I have
forgot.
one more question. Did you
Ask
have
him, ask him, bro.
any strategies on studying?
Oh yeah, like so
Any
that was like the
particular
time
strategies?
thing, but studying specifically.
Yeah.
So here's the I mean, I don't want to give any specific tips, mainly because the way I study is just really weird.
Yeah.
And like it completely depends on the subject. Like for Arabic, I'll just like look at the vocab list and just run through it, say to myself, and then I'm done. I don't recommend that for most people.
fine,
yeah.
Like, it's just
Work for you.
it's just because like I grew up with Arabic sounds.
Yeah.
You know, being Muslim, having my dad in the house for a little bit, like it makes more sense to me. So I just have weird study strategies. But I will say that don't be afraid to experiment with study strategies. Because once you find something that works for you, it'll be so much more efficient. Then you'll have so much more time, free time to do other things. Because I think the biggest holdback is lack of efficiency with studying. Because if you're not efficient, then that's how you also end up staying up late when you don't need to be. And I think also to feed into efficiency, get sleep. Like I cannot stress this enough.
Sleep is so important.
Yes,
Sleep
man.
is not a thing to be sacrificed, because the less you sleep, the less you are able to actually remember and recall information, which will only make studying go longer, which will make you have less sleep. And
That's true.
It's a terrible positive feedback cycle of just getting less and less sleep, and so you end up crashing. You get 13 hours on the weekend, and you do it all over again. And then don't get in that cycle.
Make sleep your top priority.
Sleep your top.
Because it's so directly correlated with your memory, you know what I'm saying? You got to actually rest. Like, you can't rest your brain. Your brain is 24/7. But you got to rest your body. You got to rest your organs. Because they all play a part in memorization, you know what I'm saying? Your brain functioning. You being able to, like, develop ideas at a rapid rate, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you rest up. It's so important.
Exactly.
What about finals week? Do y'all rest on finals week, though?
I do.
Really?
I do.
I didn't
Yeah,
have to.
exactly.
This year I
I
couldn't.
do.
Oh, you
I mean-
I couldn't this year. I ended off strong, but I couldn't. I'll be real, I couldn't.
That's one week where it's understandable.
Yeah.
It's understandable. But I still do, just because, you know, a lot of classes, if I do have, whenever I have to do something that I have to like memorize things, especially so things like languages, like English classes, I always have to get sleep, because otherwise I'm just not going to remember it. But if I do, then the amount of time I study goes down by 75%. Like I remember I took AP US history in high school my senior year, and I was my senior year I was dedicated to getting 8 hours of sleep, because I was also doing cross country at the same time, and I didn't study. I only studied for one test that whole year. All the other times I just listened in class, and I just remembered everything in class, and I just went in and did the test.
That's good.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's a thing. Yeah. Like, people were like I had a lot of questions, like listening is the most important thing you can do behind sleep.
I agree.
Listening
Sit
class.
there, pay attention. Don't be on your phone or anything. Don't be on your laptop doing whatever. God knows. Don't be researching. Sit there and listen, because that will bring you. It's once you do that, it's in your memory bank. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Make it long term.
Because that
Listen.
class time is time.
Yeah, it's time,
Yeah.
bro.
Like all that time, if you waste by not paying attention, you're just gonna have to make that up with studying later.
Exactly.
Which that's just not efficient. So
That's
Not
true.
efficient at all.
Yeah.
Sit there, listen.
That's true.
And you know what I'm saying? You won't have to do as much work
exactly.
when you sit there and listen to everything your teacher says, because it's there in your brain. Your brain is a powerful organ. It's the most powerful organ out here, bro. They cannot find any like machine to match our brain capacity. They're not even
Yeah.
close, I don't think.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm working on it.
don't sleep on it. He's working on it. Don't sleep on the brain.
That's true though, man. You listen to class, I'm telling you, it'll make a lot
It'll
more
make it
sense.
so much
when
easier.
we're reviewing it, it'll literally be a review, round, and you trying to cram
Yeah.
3 weeks, three chapters into one night. Because I've been there before. I tried it before. I mean, it worked, but I don't recommend doing it though. I don't recommend, because you was right. It would drain you. You would get
Yeah.
you would get
Yeah.
there for that test. You just be like,
Yeah.
everything just leave.
You got to remember, it's a marathon. You know what I'm saying? You finish
Yeah.
that first test, you got another one right after that. dog.
Exactly. And
So
then
like, for you to do that, you're gonna progressively lose sleep.
Yep.
Like you were saying.
Yep.
So you got to get there. You know what I'm saying? You got to sit there and you got to prioritize, figure out what's like most valuable at that time. Work on that. You stay focused. You know what I'm saying? You can multitasking is not a thing. So many people want to say, "Oh, I'm multi." No, it's not a thing. You got to stay focused on one object and then move to another. And then once you know what I'm saying, once you build up that efficiency that you can jump from this, you can do this so quickly that you can jump to this. That's what you think multitasking is, but multitasking is not a real thing. You're gonna get all, you know what I'm saying, overwhelmed if you sit there and try to, I'm doing this and this and this,
Yeah,
and you probably won't be efficient with your time.
Stay focused.
Stay
y'all.
focused.
From the jump. Don't wait till
From the
mid
jump.
semester. All right,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got a few C's and D's. Let me get focused. No.
It's already too late.
Don't lose that motivation from the beginning either. I see so many people go in, they're like, yeah, about to go get the A's, and then like 1 week later they done with it. They're like,
They're like,
don't lose the motivation. You gotta like literally keep all these energy levels up.
I'm telling you, I'm my fall semester, Arabic, I was just getting constant just L's at Arabic every single day, just L after L after L. And I said mid-semester, I was like, all right, I wasn't in a hole, but I was like, I know I have to do some serious work if I'm going to climb up and get near the A range. And I was like, I don't know if it's possible, but I'm going to do it. So I was listening to the new Jay-Z album. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do my Jay-Z hustle. I was hustling.
Hold up,
I was
time
studying
out.
so hard.
Time out.
Yeah.
How was it? Look, hold on. I freaking love Jay-Z. He took his stuff off of Spotify. Jay-Z, how you gonna take your stuff off of Spotify, dog?
I got it.
How was that new album? I have not heard it yet. The
444. It was good. It was good. I mean, people were saying it might be one of his best albums. At least
Are you serious, bro?
Blueprint or
You never
something.
heard it?
Yeah.
No, bro. I only
You
heard
should listen
a
to
couple
it.
songs out for 444,
So
bro.
You need to listen to
That
it.
gave you like the ambition to go do
It gave me
Yeah,
the
bro.
Jay-Z hustle. Like I felt, and that was my first year in New York, so I was just feeling like the Jay-Z spirit in me. I went hustled. I would hustle so hard for that final, and over the A-, even though I felt like I was projected to get a C. And I was just like, I'm not doing it, so I just hustle, and off with the A-. So I'm telling you, anything's possible.
Jay-Z is the
Anything
GOAT.
is possible.
Put your stuff back on Spotify though. It's like I need to hear
Yeah, you do.
it. And
Good
title
shit,
is
bro.
like
There
I don't
you
know.
go. So
What you got to get title to listen to that, right?
yeah.
Support-
Or so
support title, bro.
I got found a link through a friend.
Oh, don't be telling
Off,
people
off
on
the
camera.
record. Off the record. Off the record.
We don't know nothing.
We
Off
don't
the
know
record.
anything. Wait.
Off the record.
He has title. I see
Yeah.
he is it.
But I do have title with a certain link.
He said I got the link.
But yeah, it's good. It's a good album. I like it. You should listen to it. Everyone, you listen to the album.
Too wild,
it's cool.
man.
It's cool.
That's like you said, yo, I got LimeWire so I can download all his free music.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Man, you're wild, bro.
Yeah, you
Now,
wild, bro.
I'm just gonna say something real quick intermission. So for the audience out there, I'm a little sick right now, so I've been drinking water all day. I'm gonna take a quick restroom break.
All right.
That's cool.
But like as I was saying before the cameras came back on, we gotta respect our women, bro. We gotta treat them with the utmost respect, man. Women are such a grand thing. You know what I'm saying? Women have to deal with the same thing we deal with times 10, bro, because they got more going on than us, man. So like, it's in my heart. It is in my soul.
That's good.
It is in my mind. That like so we gotta just treat our women with respect, bro. You hear that?
Like you expected
that was not edited, by the way. That was legit. But yes.
He preaching, y'all.
lightning.
So yeah, man.
Preacher
I just had to
Johnson.
let them know, man, because I had a recent situation where a girl, she wasn't feeling very good about herself, but I had to sit her down. I had to let her know that she is great,
Okay.
and all women out here are great, man.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that, bro.
Word.
That's real good. That's a good way to start off. Sorry, y'all, for the brief intermission. We had to go use the restroom.
I'm done with you, bro.
Hey, I'm being honest. We did. We had to use the restroom.
Brothers gotta do what brothers gotta do.
All right, look, man. Let's get these last few questions off before we get
let's
off
get
here,
it,
y'all.
All right.
Okay.
Bam,
So,
bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam.
okay. So, what do you do after a long day of hard work?
They hard
I
work.
unwind after a long day of hard work.
How do you unwind after a long day of hard work?
You know what? After a long day of hard work, I go and write and everything. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of writing all the time. I really enjoy that activity. So, I really don't unwind. My schedule is so irregular. You know what I'm saying? I don't get the chance to sleep very often. I think a lot of people know that. But I sleep when I can. But I think sleep is so important. But it's like, I feel like I was telling somebody actually yesterday, I feel like my day is just my life is just one big day. And there's a lot going on all the time. So I just try my hardest to maintain just every aspect. So I exercise I exercise like 4 days a week. So shout out to Planet Fitness.
How do you exercise? What's your routine?
My routine, I have like I create my own routine actually. So I like to isolate one muscle group every single day. And with that, I feel like you give yourself a break in between. So I'll do biceps one day, and then the next day I'll do abs. Therefore, my arms are resting in that day in between, and then I'll come back in and I'll do triceps the next day. And yeah, I think that's a great like mechanism to relieve stress and just, you know what I'm saying, get yourself together. And also there's other therapeutic activities that you can participate in. Like I like to like make melodies all the time. I know you guys probably see that on like Snapchat and everything. I make music. I just pick up the guitar and I'll you know what I'm saying, I'll make some crazy shit and crazy stuff. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Pam. Like please don't hurt me. But I'll make some crazy stuff, you know what I'm saying? I think that's very therapeutic. And also just sitting back and maybe like having a chat with like a friend or maybe like a family member or something. That's a great way of like unwinding. So that's what I do personally. And it keeps me going every single day. And I'm going pretty strong, so I'm thankful for that.
He lying. He go home and get lit. I'm playing, y'all know.
How you gonna do this to me, man? How you gonna do this to me, man? How you gonna do this to me, man? I don't know what he talking about.
I was like, no, I'm just playing, y'all.
It's like I want to go on camera. I do not quote unquote get lit.
I do not. You know what I'm saying?
They both get lit. Okay.
Oh, okay. This interview is over.
I just playing. What about you, Amir?
Get
lit.
Get lit.
No,
okay, look. I can't even lie. We have a good time every day. That's why. Like, there's more to the story.
Meditation helps unwind.
Meditation is a great technique. You know what I'm saying? You got to sit there. You got to get within your inner self. You gotta key into your inner zen. You know what I'm saying? And you just sit there.
Okay.
Deep breaths.
Okay.
Take it with me, please. Do that for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Close your eyes and relax. Unwind.
Okay. What about you, bro?
Thank you for changing the subject.
Got you exposed to.
What about you, man? Thunder.
Bro, it's
Thunder.
going off outside right now. I'm like, oh, snaps.
Y'all hear that? That's the thunder. Yeah, I mean, similar thing. It depends what type of day it was. Like, if I was just a lot of classes, then yeah, definitely I like to go to the gym. Exercise is one of my favorite ways to, unwind and de-stress. And usually like this past year I've been doing a lot of weights. But I also I ran cross country in high school. I also like to bike. So like just any way I can get active. That's definitely like one of my main ways.
Oh, you know what? Another one is probably sports.
Yeah.
I love to play basketball and soccer. Just everything that I can get engorging. You know what I'm saying? That's another great way to relieve stress. So I'll get out there, have a pickup game with like my buddies or maybe like my brothers or something. Yeah. And that also works out.
Oh, that can get you more stress depending on how that game goes.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I just be trying to take it easy and switch it into.
When it gets serious though.
Yeah.
It gets serious, and then you just you just get blocked just right in the paint. Or you just get dunked on, I'm not like super short, but I'm basketball short, like I'm 5'9", so I'm at high risk of getting dunked on in the paint, and that'll just make your whole day even more stressed. So gotta be careful with basketball. But if it's like a day where I'm physically tired, then definitely I go back and play video games. Video games like a way that I like to just relax. You know what's
a good way of unwinding? Going to sleep. That's a great way of go to because I'll be like, sometimes I'm just like, yo, I'm about to just go to sleep, dog.
Yeah.
But then people call me or something. I'm like, oh crap. I hate missing out on plans. Like I'm like, oh crap, I gotta. But then I'll pass out sometimes. I'm like, oh crap. And I feel like people do not believe me. Like I feel like people like, yo, you were not asleep, but I'll be knocked out at random times. You'd be like, yo, you knocked out, and I'm like, bro, I was knocked out. I swear. No joke.
Let everyone know at home.
What?
Let everyone know on camera. No,
they're serious. Like when I say I'm knocked out, because people are like, oh, you still be over there? No. I was really knocked out because I was getting some quality slob on the side of my face. You know what I'm saying? Sleep. It'd be real when I be out, man. It'd be real, bro.
That's good.
Yeah. I think that's a great way of unwinding, bro.
Okay.
Don't get lit.
Get lit.
That's not really a way of unwinding. That's a different type
I ain't
of
gonna lie.
psychology.
Man, nursing school, bro, my whole class get lit. I don't go out with them. Everybody get lit. You know what I mean? I'm be real. They be, hey, margaritas. Hey, happy hour. Kids, I'm not saying go drink, but I'm being honest. We go to El Caminos, Limones, Cinco de Mayo, all Mexican restaurants. We get the $2 or $3 margaritas. We get chimichangas. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm doing pretty good, bro. Hey, I've been on president's list and dean's list, so I'm doing my thing, man. It may not work for everybody, but hey,
it worked for me.
It worked for me. And yes, sleep, like they said, but I read. I like to read. But school has really, like you said, you're so busy.
Yeah.
It's like while I am reading, I'd be thinking in my head like, oh, you should be doing this homework assignment.
Yeah.
Oh, you should be doing this. It's like all this anxiety builds up. So sometimes you just gotta simply go walk in the park. It's weird.
You gotta walk away sometimes. That's like the important thing about college. You gotta like just step away from it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get overwhelmed. You're like, oh crap, got this to do, this and that. Just forget about it. For only like 30 minutes though. You put a timer on. Put a timer on. You know what I'm saying? Don't be no bum. Don't be like, oh, John said forget about it. So no.
When you put a timer on though, you gonna be thinking about that timer.
No. I use a timer all the time for a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? So the timer is, you know what I'm saying? Once you put that timer on, you in a different dimension, dog.
Okay.
Like turn that timer on. Okay, I don't got no worries for 30 minutes, or I don't got no worries for 55 minutes.
Okay.
Like, cause also with studying, you got to take a gap in between. Your brain can only focus for about 50 to 55 minutes. Yeah. So for you to not actually take a gap in studying is also detrimental to like what you're studying or trying to retain or trying to learn. So make sure you like give yourself a break every once. You know what I'm saying? You see me having fun all the time. Mm-hmm. That's because I do. You know what I'm saying? In between, I'll be in between just like, you know what I'm saying, doing something. I'm like, oh, I'm about to have the time of my life for like 40 minutes. And then I go back to, you know what I'm saying, focus. And then have the time of my life again. It's intervals, bro. It's all about breaking it up. Mm-hmm. Don't sit there for 6 hours straight like.
No, you go crazy, man.
Yeah, you lose your mind, bro. And it's people out here who do that. It's people out here who lacked the actual life. Like, there's people who lack common sense.
Yeah.
But have all the book smart in the world. And those people like
common sense is the most important.
Common sense is so much more important than book smarts.
Yeah.
I can tell y'all like hundreds of things at Columbia about how people who are like so textbook smart that they will have like published science papers. Yeah. They will have worked at NASA and Tesla and SpaceX, and these dudes will still go like not know how to flush a toilet. They will still not know how to do their laundry, or they'll still like go to the library and pull an all-nighter for no reason. Like that's true. It's life management will allow you to get the book smarts with a much lower like cost to your health.
You got to know the basics of life, and a lot of people don't know the basics. Y'all got to get it together. If you're one of those people, bro, it's so much more important that you know what I'm saying, the basics of life.
You know, like 3 of the fire alarms in our dorm this year is because people were trying to microwave. Like was one person trying to microwave cookie dough to make cookies. Yeah. One person one person put metal in the microwave, like they left foil in the microwave. They're like, "Oh, I didn't know." And they have to like Maggie. My dorm is Columbia University, you know. So the dorms are in New York City. You have to get a lot of real estate for a little small space. So the dorms are like 13, 15 stories high. That's 600 people. Mm-hmm. So you have to evacuate all those people while we're studying because somebody like left popcorn in the microwave. And they try to microwave for 10 minutes.
No common sense.
Common sense is the most. You need to have common sense. Know how to cook. Know how to clean. Know how to do the basics. Because you're going to be lost in the sauce. You can have a 4.5. Yeah. You can't even get a 4.5. But if you don't got common sense, dog, I'm done with you, bro. Yourself. Like, you don't know how to take care of yourself, dog.
Speaking about life, I got a question for y'all.
Yo, what's up?
What's y'all philosophy of life?
Just in general?
Like, in general. What's your philosophy of life?
Is this one of your questions?
Yeah. This is one of my questions. What's your philosophy of life?
Well, let's see. It's tough to verbalize exactly.
It's very tough.
It is.
This is a question that takes a long time to explain. You know what I'm saying? It's not something you just can.
We got
answer,
time. What's up?
Like right in one session. You know what I'm saying? It's a progress. It's gonna change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's your philosophy today? We're not talking about tomorrow.
Is ever changing. That is the definition of history.
Okay.
It's change over time. And I think it's important that you understand history in order to develop your ideologies and your, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know what the hell I'm
Are you
talking
trying to
about
swerve the question?
I'm being an NBA player, guys.
He's trying to swerve the question.
It's like,
But
I like to execute.
I feel like
I go in every day and execute.
in this game of life, everything that we see right now is artificially created. It is not important. What is important is our connections with each other. You know what I'm saying? So I believe it's so important. I want to one day have a family. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, I got to be billionaire, this and that. I don't value money like other people value money, I think. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure why. I've never felt that way. I feel like we should just bring each other up. You said what?
Nothing.
I'm a baller. Got a suit on, y'all. Anyway. Do not listen to this guy. Anyway.
Y'all see him? He got a suit on.
He's breaking. He was like, I'm so done with you, man. But anyway, I forgot what I was about to say. I believe, you know what I'm saying? It's about like the family unit. I feel like a lot of people don't have that philosophy though. I've talked to a lot of women nowadays who are like, I don't want to have kids or anything. And I'm not sure why people are discouraged. I don't know. A lot of people feel that way. So I don't want to offend anybody, but I feel like it's about creating a family and, you know what I'm saying, taking care of those people and also taking care of everybody around you and taking care of, everybody outside of that circle. You know what I'm saying? So let's take care of everybody around the world who needs it. You know what I'm saying? So helping others is like my philosophy of life.
Okay.
And just do it as much as you can in any way you can. If that's even just like listening to somebody talk about their problems, or you got to make a lot of sacrifices within like this realm. You know what I'm saying? So I'll sit here and it's like the littlest things that really get to people. So, yeah.
Awesome.
I think, yeah. That's what I feel about life. Create a family, take care of each other, and don't stop caring for other people, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate a single soul on this earth, you know what I'm saying? But hate is the thing that's out here, and it exists, man. Let's counteract it with love.
Okay, good philosophy. What about you, bro?
See, I don't know if I can speak on like my whole philosophy. I can speak on like my motivation that drives me forward. Okay, yeah, that's similar enough. Yeah, but so, I mean, going to Columbia, it's a school where like the median family salary of a student is probably around $150,000, $200,000 a year. So it's a very wealthy school, despite all of their efforts to try to increase socioeconomic diversity, and trying to interact with the people who are from these backgrounds. I try to understand. Well, they go to a very liberal, progressive school, and during that time there, they try to give back to poor communities. They try to understand the plight of the disenfranchised, and it gives me hope that when they grow up, they'll go back and continue that work. Right? Can I interrupt for a second? Yeah.
He said my exact answer. Giving back is my philosophy in life. You gotta always give back. There is never too much giving in this world. So there it is. He answered my question. I appreciate you. Okay, continue. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, no problem. But so my hope is that people like that will give back, because like statistically they have a very high guarantee of staying in the wealthy class. Now over the course of my first year, I've sort of seen that despite a lot of the surface efforts that people take to sort of give back to the disenfranchised, for the most part, they try to ignore that and just continue to feed into the cycle. Like people will go to a protest or they'll go to an event talking about, stopping gentrification in Harlem. At the same time, they're going to talk about working for companies that are causing that same gentrification. Mm-hmm. That they're going to go back and, just trying to get theirs. Which
you call that selling out.
And
don't sell out people.
And the funny thing is, these same people will be making fun of people selling out while also selling out themselves. And part of me understands it. Again, you have to get yours. You want to have a future where you can take care of yourself. But to a certain extent, do you need, $300,000 a year just to take care of yourself, or are you really going for that simply for more? And I think I've sort of, it's not that I've lost faith in these people being able to do good. It's that I'm just going to stop waiting for other people to do that. So my hope is that my motivation in trying to do a business and trying to, still play into the capitalist system is that the hope that I can give back. Yeah. So, my doing things like if you have a major business, don't move out to Silicon Valley or New York. Try to start your base in the community that you started in. Like I would love to have a company based in Cleveland with programs that encourage or prefer employees that come from Cleveland, East Cleveland, South Euclid.
That's smart.
And also, because obviously you have to start with education, then leads into job opportunities. If one of those are faulty, then the whole thing falls apart. But that's my underlying motivation, because I know that even if they're good people, they still choose to ignore a lot of the times disenfranchised despite going to these very liberal colleges.
Your community
That's
is so important. It's what made you who you are today. So you want to, what I'm saying, either if it's bad or good, you want to bring back to that and help rebuild as much as you can.
Yeah.
And that's like what life is all about, honestly,
Okay, I got a question for you. Another one.
What's
After
up?
this, I got two more. You have $5 million cash. Somebody came in right now, gave it to y'all. No strings attached, no nothing. What will y'all do with it? $5 million cash in suitcases.
In suitcases.
Yep.
You want to go or you want me to go first?
Oh, no, it's up to you, man. Whatever you want to do.
$5 million. I think the first thing I would do is I would probably, first of all, get myself a computer with a lot of RAM and storage and buy out some cloud space. And I would immediately start working on being able to build my very own machine learning algorithms. Because that'll allow me to do a lot of the work that I want to do when I want to start working in the software. So I want to get some hardware so I can start making the software that I want to make. Also, I'll use $1 million, buy my mom and sister a house. Because the other stuff probably won't take that much. Buy them a bunch of stuff. I'll get myself like, I'll pay for the rest of school. Get myself like a small house and do the computer. So
I like that. Planning for the future, man. Too, get that computer. That's gonna really take you a long way.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
So real quick, I'm telling you, I'm not lying. I'm drinking a lot of water. I'm gonna go to the restroom one more time. Y'all keep talking though.
Go ahead, bro.
Y'all keep
we
talking.
got it, man.
Yeah. Don't go off while I'm gone though.
All right. All right.
Those man's like keep this man in check.
All right, man. OJ, take it easy, man. So, hey, you have $5 million cash, man. What will you do with it?
Okay, if I had $5 million, and how many suitcases do I get?
Man, I don't know.
Do I get a lot of suitcases?
15 suitcases.
Okay, 15 suitcases.
Yep.
What would I do with it? So me personally, as of now, I believe in like giving a lot of donations. You know what I'm saying? So I'm based on that. If I had $5 million and 15 suitcases, you guys would have no clue. Instead, I would disperse that money to organizations and causes and people that I believe in. And so I would just continue doing that, just giving back and just living my life in a regular way as I enjoy to live it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do any extreme stuff. I don't like to show off or anything. I just like to be relaxed. So I would just give as much as I can and never stop giving, you know what I'm saying? But also try to take that and invest it within like my company that I'm working on right now, to grow that, to help even more people around the globe. So yeah, that's what I would do.
So you start a nonprofit organization pretty much?
Yeah, saving and giving. That's my answer.
Saving and giving. I like that. So you won't get no new car, no new houses, none of that? Yeah, you use that Jeep SRT you've been talking about?
Yeah, I would probably definitely,
No,
Yeah.
that's good though. I get what you're saying. That's really
Yeah,
good.
I would prefer to just stay. I don't like to be like.
It's not so much materialistic. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like that type of person. Though. I would never do such a thing.
You
so.
wouldn't know. You know I got money, but you wouldn't know I got $5 million.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just say
Yeah.
that.
I don't like to be like showing out like, oh, you know what I'm saying? No,
Yeah,
I'm about to pull up the Lambo, hit the doors.
Okay.
Do that. I don't want to do that to nobody, man. I would
Right.
prefer to just be bringing people up
I
on the
would,
low key.
y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I'll put it in Lambo. Boom, boom. I'll be like, hey, wanna hop in it though? I won't be a douche though. I'll be, hey, you wanna take a ride in it? You feel me? I would never just flex on somebody. I'll be, hey,
Yeah, see, I would love to give people rides like that.
Come on, you wanna drop in the Lambo? Because I was gonna drive in a Lambo, you know.
You can do it, man.
I can. I'm gonna get one in a few years. I'm gonna get an Audi first. And then I think I'll get a Maserati next few years. We're gonna see. Yeah. All right. Second and last question. What do you like in a woman? Yeah, everybody always do this question. What do you look for in a woman? What everybody want to answer.
What qualities and everything? Can we make this question bigger, like the CD one, like where you said the album, like how you said name 3 albums? Can we say
answer this question any way you want to answer it?
Yeah, you want to go first?
Oh, it's up to you, man. You go ahead, man.
I mean, looks like you got an idea.
Say, man, which man?
The love doctor.
Man, look, no. Man, look, man. Hold up, man.
Your girls
man.
Your friends gonna be watching this.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Well, man, hey, you can go ahead, man.
Go ahead, there, bro.
Yeah, you can first, man.
I just got one question.
All right. I mean, on the real, it's not like I'm out looking for anything special. I mean, because first and foremost, I have to take care of these books and these tests and my job.
Okay.
So it's not like I'm out looking right now or anything. But I mean, first and foremost, like a sense of humor. Because if you're spending this much time with a person, like I can't be with a person that's not gonna be like that's just gonna be stiff, like that. That just seems sad to me. Like I need someone like who could like has a good sense, and I guess the same sense of humor that we can have a good time with most of the time. And also, I guess someone that's just into same music taste. I think that always like matches people really well. If you have like the same taste in music, like there's a high chance you'll get along with that person. So that will probably be another one. And also just ambition. Like I don't want to spend that much time with someone who's just sort of just like still or like nonchalant with their ambitions in life. Like someone who's very ambitious will push you forward, because also like your partner can also be your role model. Like your partner is a lot of things to you, and like if you're with someone who's like always ambitious and pushing themselves forward, that'll push you forward, and then you're a power couple, Will and Jada or something like that.
Yeah, I like that.
So yeah, those are the big things. Yeah, I'm not really into the superficial stuff.
No, that's good.
Yeah. On the real, I'm not even saying that because I'm on camera, but but like on the real, like the superficial stuff, it fades so quick.
Yeah, and you here today, gone tomorrow, man.
Exactly, and proof of this is if Jay-Z can cheat on Beyonce, like beat Queen Bee, most attractive woman in the world, Beyonce, then the superficial stuff obviously is not gonna count long term.
That's deep.
Yeah, because if Beyonce can't prevent a man from cheating on her with her looks, then I don't think anyone can. Like you have to have deeper. Not saying Beyonce ain't got that other stuff. That nobody's safe. Like you have to. It has to be that deeper stuff. Because
long story short, looks aren't.
Yeah, looks are not everything.
Looks not everything.
Looks are not everything.
But looks are actually on the lower aspect when you talk to most real men. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's more about what's inside. It's more about characteristics like trust. You know what I'm saying? Loyalty, ambition, personality. You know what I'm saying? So when I look for a girl, man, if you want to say something like on the side of like superficial looks and everything, I look for nice eyes, man. The eyes are like a great thing for me. You know what I'm saying? And when I say nice eyes, it's not a particular color or anything. It's more based on a feeling, like sincerity and everything. And then also smile, you know what I'm saying? How is she faking it? You know what I'm saying? That's what I like, you know what I'm saying? That's the first thing I look for in a woman. Sincere eyes, you know what I'm saying? Just great personality, nice little smile. And also like, is she trustworthy? You know what I'm saying? Is she out here? Or I like to do my research, you know what I'm saying? I gotta figure out what's going on, you know what I'm saying? I wanna be able to trust my significant other, whoever like I decide to choose. Like I want to know that she's like all about it, you know what I'm saying? Before I like settle down. Also like loyalty, you know what I'm saying, is another thing, you know what I'm saying? Like how is she quick to just jump off the boat like once everything hits the fan? Like if I'm down, you know what I'm saying, I know you hear a lot of that in songs, but like if I'm down, are you gonna be here for me? or you just here for the ups. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You want to be here for the ups and the downs. You know what I'm saying? That's what a true relationship is. You know what I'm saying? There's so much to it, man. It's such a complex thing, but it's not just one thing. It's like a holistic thing, bro. And that's what I look for in women, bro. You gotta have the full package, bro. Like,
Okay.
It's not easy. Yeah. And Big Sean cheated on Janae Aiko.
Exactly.
Like I'm telling
bro.
you, looks
are not everything, bro.
looks will not keep
Looks will only
around.
take you so far. Because I met so many like very, very, very attractive women who didn't like have personalities and anything. And I have a big personality, you know, so I gotta have like somebody who I can converse with, who I can lay with, and you know what I'm saying, like actually have a human conversation, not just somebody who's, no, she's hot. No, none of that, bro.
Everything that glitters ain't gold.
You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it's a lot to it, man. It's yeah. I love women though. I think all women are just great. They're like superheroes, bro. They go through so much and they got so much to deal with every single day. And much kudos and respect to ladies. That's why I try to, like, you know what I'm saying, show them respect and just, you know what I'm saying, respect our women, bro. Take care of them. That's it.
Awesome. No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Hold on.
Go ahead.
Is she presentable? Is she presentable? Is she somebody who's respectable, or is she gonna get like, you know, it's like, cause once I choose a woman to date, I'm gonna introduce you to my friends, my family, this and that. Is she somebody who can be around? You know what I'm saying? That's important. So like, I feel like we ain't done. We ain't done with this. We ain't done with this. I got a lot to say, man. I was trying to finesse this.
It's like, is she a Warriors fan? Off the
You know
table.
what I'm saying? And it's all right for a woman. It's all right for her to not have the same opinion as me, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. We don't have to like the same things. You know, I don't want that, actually. I would prefer to have some disagreements. Like, yo, oh, you like cheesecake? Oh, I'm not a fan. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. It's okay. Because, like, some women be trying to finesse, I think,
If
bro.
you a Trumpster, you off the table immediately.
yeah.
Like, if you, that's a good
So, like,
It's a wrap.
I'm not judgmental in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to. If she's the right one for you, she's the right one for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just,
You feel
that's
it
how
in
it
your
goes.
soul.
You feel it in your soul. You feel it in your heart. You should follow your heart.
And if her favorite rapper is Mac Miller, that's already off the table too. I have no regrets.
You funny, bro.
Shots fired at Mac Miller.
Yeah.
Like that's just
bow.
that's not even a valid opinion.
See, there's a lot to it, man. It's and I don't place any of the limits of like, oh, I'm not gonna date her because of this and that. You know, so it's all based on like what's within. You know what I'm saying? It's.
Right.
I think people nowadays forget about that, bro. We're so superficial with it. We're like, oh, this girl so. Nah, bro. For me personally, bro, I ain't having it. I could be the hottest girl in the world, like sat like in front of me, bro. But if she don't got what I'm looking for, bro, it's a go, bro. Like it's not a go, actually.
You said it's a go.
It's not a go.
It's not a go.
Y'all heard his first answer, right? He said it's a go.
No. She sits in front of me. She could be the most beautiful woman in the world. But I think beauty is only skin deep, bro. So like, she has to have the other things. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm not taking. But we can be friends, probably. And girls get pissed off when you want to be friends. Like, girls get, for some reason, I'll be thinking like,
Friend
I'm like,
zoning girls.
you said what?
I said you be friend zoning girls
Yeah,
out
bro.
here.
Yeah,
On the
like-
regular. On the regular.
I don't do it anymore,
It's
man.
a
But like,
heartbreaker.
I used to think like, you know what I'm
You mean
saying?
you don't do it no more.
Because I learned my lesson. Because like,
So if you don't friend zone them, what do you do with them?
You just said cut him out.
no, I don't know.
I
Man.
wanna
No,
see
I
that
don't kick
again.
anybody to the curb. I be trying to be friends, but then girls be like on some other shit sometimes, and I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, the girls are complex creatures, bro.
Okay.
They're very complex. I'm like, yo, what? And now I'm gonna stop talking before I really mess myself up. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, man.
Girls are very. I respect women, man. I love them. I love what you guys are about, and yeah. So
He's trying to make his answer sound real good, yo.
no, I'm not trying. I'm being 100% honest and
No, that's
sincere with
good,
y'all.
bro.
But I think girls be tripping sometimes when it comes to the aspect, because like I be sitting here thinking I'm friends with a girl, but I don't be friends with a girl. So like I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like,
You be leaning them on, man.
no, I don't.
You be leaning them on. You be leading
No. Look. It don't even be like that, bro. I just be like, I believe that like in order for me to establish a relationship, I gotta get to know the woman first, and then girls be like 0 to 100 right away, and I'm not. That's just not my personality, bro. I gotta really get to know a person before I go and date her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be on it, and then they be like, oh, and then I get cussed out, and I'm like, I answer the phone, and man, be like, I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? That's how it go, but it is not. You know, so I believe in getting to know somebody before you date her. You know what I'm saying?
Next episode of the podcast is that woman giving her side of the story.
Yeah, see that? Because I would like to know. Because a lot of the times I'll like be talking to a girl,
week,
and then like she'll just like, and I'll be like, I asked for an explanation. I never got an explanation before.
Stay tuned.
Like I'll be like, stay tuned. I'll be trying to figure out what's going on. I'm like, yo, like what happened? What did I do to upset you? And then you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just I'm a genuinely nice dude. So I'll be like, I'm nice to everybody, and then like I'll have a girl who's like, this happens all. I'm like, yo, what did I do? And no answer, bro. I'm like, like I swear I don't be doing nothing, no, dog. I got a lot of people around me all the time, but I don't know if it's that or. But
communication is key. Honest.
Yeah, I think communication. Honest communication, bro. Be 100%. Keep it 100. I'm gonna stop talking now though, because I'm going in the opposite direction. So.
All right. So, all right, man. The last grand finale question: what makes a great life?
What makes a great life?
Yep. Always enough with a positive note.
I think being comfortable makes a great life. Mm-hmm. Being content with your personal goals and your personal like the things you set out to achieve. But I feel like in order to you have to actually figure that out first. And a lot of people don't have it figured out. You know what I'm saying? Life is so complex. We're all still trying to figure it out. You can be 60 years old still trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's no time limit on that. So take your time. Figure out what makes you happy personally. People have the misconception. I think people all think it's money. But then you get there and you're like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? You hear rappers saying that shit all the time and everything. You're like, hold up. I was happy in the process of doing what I was. Now I'm not even as satisfied. So don't chase money. Don't be chasing girls. Chase happiness. You know what I'm saying? Chase what's there presented to you, and like you know what I'm saying. What's the word? I'm losing my train of thought from, but you know what I'm saying. It's there for you. Chase the opportunities that complement you as an individual, because we're all different. There's 7.6 billion people or so out here. We all got different like values and everything. Maybe you don't like to talk to people. Maybe you love talking to people. Maybe you don't like to play sports. Maybe you do. You know what I'm saying? It's all personal based. So this is a very hard question to answer, because we're all going to have extremely different answers, bro. Nobody has the same answer.
That's why I say always to end off. It's interesting to see, I'm going to wait till y'all get to answer it. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, you can keep going. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, you can keep going, but I'll just like, whatever you done, I'll continue.
Oh, no,
no,
bro.
My bad.
I thought you was done. Go ahead, man.
But yeah, that's where it goes, man. It's a very, can you repeat the question one more time?
What makes a great life?
It's so complex, bro. Because it might change at different phases of your life. You know what I'm saying? You might be 5 years old, and this might be, oh, I want to build a sandcastle. And then you hit 15 years old, oh, I want to get a car. Then you know what I'm saying? It's going to keep changing. It's an ever-changing thing, dog. It's like, so you turn 35, and maybe you accomplished everything by that time. And now you're like, oh, crap. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you didn't accomplish anything. You know what I'm saying? It's individual based. So fulfillment is going to be found when you find that spark within that really gets you going. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah. I feel like enlightened right now. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's how it goes for me personally. That's what I feel. So like, I feel like you don't want to put too much pressure on yourself to continue chasing after because everything is unlimited, bro. Except for your time. You know what I'm saying? Time is I always say this I say this all the time every week. Time is the most valuable currency you have. So make the most of that. Because money you can't take with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? People you take with you in spirit and everything, depending on what happens in the afterlife. But for the most part, nothing can be taken with you. So utilize that time. Deeds, yeah. And do good deeds. Take care of each other. That's it.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Good way to end off. All right, what about you, bro?
Well, So I think the way I think about this is I try to do, you know, what a lot of scientists try to do, and you try to think about the opposite. And so you have to ask what would make a quote unquote horrible life, and what would you do to reverse that? And again, like, I don't think it'd be like lack of monetary achievements.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be, you know, lack of romantic achievements or any type of superficial goals. I think it'd be more so the thing that would scare me the most is reaching a certain point in your life where you realize you haven't been self-aware and a proper agent in what you've accomplished. That whole 9-to-5 thing, feeling like you're maybe a pawn or you're a gear in a whole system rather than your own agent achieving your own ideas, that I think would make the scariest thing, because it feels like your life wasn't your own.
Yeah.
And so I think on the opposite, what would make a great life is making sure that you are always aware and purposefully living your life.
Yeah.
So every day,
Live your own life.
You don't. If you're going to work the whole week and you reach the end of the week and someone asks you why did you go to work, you should have a really good answer for that besides, oh, it was just going to work. You know, you should always be, I guess, living with purpose, but always aware of why you're doing what you're doing.
Find out your purpose, dog.
Yeah, that's one of the key parts of your humanity. Why you are a living person, a conscious person, is because you can ask the question why. Yeah. You know, animals can ask the question what, like what is this, when, where, even how. Animals can figure out how, but the question why is exclusive to humans. And if you're not asking that question, you're sort of losing part of your humanity.
Exactly.
And so the more you ask that question and the more you live out the answers that you find to those questions, then I think that is what makes for a great life.
The only person who can hold you back is yourself. Don't you ever forget that. So many people are like, oh, I'm not satisfied. You're holding yourself back. Nobody else can. So people can tell you all day you can't do this. But the person who stopped you was you, your heart and your mind. So don't sit there and let anybody talk any of that stuff into your head. You can do anything you set your mind to. Anything. So make it happen, bro.
Yep.
Ladies and gents, my bad.
All right. Yeah. That was a good way to end off. Y'all got any social medias want them to know? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat?
Yeah, I mean, Instagram is like _DOT, but with like 5 T's. It's really complicated to find, but yeah, Instagram A. Facebook is just my name. If you have any inquiries about DJing or journalism, hit me up.
Okay. All right. What you, bro?
My social media is pretty much all the same. It would be JWork, but it's spelled very, very weird.
How you spell
it? So it's spelled JWWW.
What?
OORKK. And that's how you find me on any platform. I love new friends and everything. Feel free to reach out to me. Don't hesitate to message me. Don't hesitate to email me. My email is jwww@hotmail.com. I answer questions all the time. Feel free to give me a call too. You guys can find my phone number pretty much anywhere, dude. But yeah, give me a call. We can chat. We can hang out. We can get together. I message you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, and my email is aai2125@columbia.edu if you have college questions or just life questions.
All right, y'all. Well, y'all heard them. Hit them up. Y'all got any advice? These two are definitely the plugs to that type of stuff. College, life advice, music, DJ, everything, man. Yep. Journalism.
Oh, it's so important that you guys get mentors also. If you guys don't have mentors in whatever field you're pursuing, you know what I'm saying? If you're pursuing AI, data science, get you a mentor in that. If you're pursuing medicine, get you a doctor mentor. If you're pursuing art, get you a just phenomenal artist who you really look up to and who you think does a phenomenal job. It's so important. And also you can have mentors in different things. You know what I'm saying? I try to stay dynamic. That's the word I'm going to use for it. And that's being like flexible. You know what I'm saying? I like to be well-rounded. So that You know what I'm saying? You have skills that you can apply in different aspects of your life. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just be one thing. So many people are like, oh, you're a doctor. I'm more than a doctor, dog.
Yeah.
I'm a musician. I'm a public speaker. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a social media influencer. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different things.
Womanizer.
Pursue. Oh, dare you? I am not. But I would say. I say,
You got thrown off.
Make the most of the time you're given here.
Exactly.
And do as much as you can because life is too short for you not to.
All right.
Make it happen.